This movie will leave you thinking, what the fuck did I just watch? We watched Night of Something Strange, a movie that got repeatedly aspirated by American Pie 1 through 8. We watched it so you don't have to, so you know what time it is.
Horror, so bad it's scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Enjoy the show.
What's up, Moongoons? Welcome to Horrible Horror, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. I'm your host, Marshall Hampton, back after a bit of hiatus in a limited capacity, but I am here. With me, as always, my co-host, Mr. Aaron Southworth. Aaron, how are you doing today?
Let me just say, oh, how good it is to have Marshall back. Oh my God. I've been kind of like plodding through, getting through some of these episodes, doing the play-by-play, which is very tough. But Marshall's not going to be back in 100% capacity. It's kind of like a player coming back from an injury. He has to warm up and run through some drills first.
Limited reps. You get limited reps.
Right, before coming back to the game. So, of course, we have with us today to help us out, again, still, Horrible Horror Zone, Chris Samples.
Gentlemen.
Chris, how's it going, man?
Well, it feels pretty good. Here, clink, clink. Yep.
Chink, chink. Here's a Marshall. All right. We're drinking beers. Marshall is still not on the booze yet. He is enjoying himself a nice soda pop.
But
hey,
it is good to see the man back in his chair.
Yeah.
It feels good to be back.
I don't have to make eye contact with Aaron, which is super creepy.
It does get creepy, man. He gives you weird looks when you sit across from him. Been doing it for like 30 years and just creepy.
I know, dude.
Creepy weird motherfucker.
I love you.
Look at his dead eyes right now, just looking off in his face.
Yes. Gee.
Well, I think it was the fear. Like, I look at Aaron's face and just see the fear of having to be in charge. Like,
this is not my normal role.
So
I want to say weird zingers off the top of my head. I got to follow this format instead. Oh, crap.
So yeah, this week we watched a movie I stumbled upon called Night of Something Strange. Just a weird title, and then, oh my God, this leaves you saying, what the fuck? It was released on November 22nd of 2016, so relatively new. Written by Jonathan Stratton and Ron Bonk, which just a crazy name.
Ron Bonk. Makes me think of TurboGrafx 16.
Exactly, Bonk.
Bonk's Revenge.
Caveman, Bonk, giant head. And it was also directed by Jonathan Stratton as well. The cast for this movie... pretty much no one, I don't think anybody's really going to know unless you've seen him some weird there's, I would say most of the cast some of them have decent resumes to them. Like they've done work, but it's all like really unknown indie stuff or some random TV spots here and there, some shows, but
they have all worked together though on numerous films.
A lot of them have, several of these cast members have worked in the writer's Ron Bonk's other movies, which he actually directed as a director too. He wrote and directed. So they've all worked together before in other indie movies. The only real person with any name in this movie is Brink Stevens, who makes a cameo appearance as the teacher in this movie. So she's only in for a very short scene.
When I saw her in that teacher's role, I was like, oh, there she is.
Yeah.
I was trying to imagine her boobs as she's like older now, because we saw them in
Slime Ball-orama.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder how they look now.
Well, probably not too much different because she's not like very large. She was always kind of
she's very older.
Yeah,
very
but they were she was smaller chest, so the gravity wasn't gonna have much of effect on them. So I don't know.
Now I wonder if she would did any enhancement just to kind of keep him up.
Yeah, maybe.
I like how we're really diving deep into Brinky Stevens' boobs.
But we've seen her in numerous films too. Because she was
numerous.
also in Sorority Slaughterhouse. Oh no,
Slumber
Party Massacre.
Yeah, Slumber Party Massacre. And I always remember she was the voice of the mom of the model in Bloody Mary 3D. You even see her, but she was just the voice.
That's a weird one, yeah.
Wow.
Getting deep in this weirdness.
Yeah. So that's really...
So back to her boobs.
Back to her boobs. That's really all there is to know about the cast. There's really, like I said, they're really some unknown people. Some people do an okay job. I will say the guy who plays the main zombie guy thing creature.
Wayne
W. Johnson.
Yeah,
thank
Wayne
you.
W. Johnson, who
He-
we follow on Instagram. Yeah, oddly enough, before even this movie came out, I saw his stuff and I was like, I kind of like
Sure,
a lot
it's
of
the
stuff.
same guy.
Positive.
Oh, fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even know that. I'm going to say, well, it's a good thing I'm not saying, but he does, I think, a really good job. Just like he has a great look for like a horror movie killer. Like I would like to see him,
I totally
like,
agree.
Maybe not in his zombie, but more like put him like in some other movies, like a slasher killer.
I've
Like,
almost
he's-
seen him in like one of the werewolves in Twilight, which is weird. But he's got like that Indian.
He's got that
like,
look.
He's
Yeah.
got the long
Yeah,
hair,
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of tan skin, the
Native
olive
American,
Native
Native
American.
American. Yes, sorry.
Um,
I apologize.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he-
but I think he'd be great as a slasher in another horror
right,
movie.
right. He's also in a metal band.
yeah,
also,
he's like
yeah.
a
Nice.
guitarist or singer in some
Yeah.
metal band.
Again, I don't know. I didn't write it down. Sorry, Wayne.
Granted, he didn't really say any lines; he just grunted and screamed. But he had a great look and great facial expressions.
Yeah.
So I think he did a really good job, and I hope like to see him get more horror indie like bad guy
And
roles.
just to continue on with my thing I've been doing since you've been gone. I know you've been listening, but you haven't been here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this anyway. I've been picking out movies that I think we should do, and I know you're not a fan of this one, but I think 90% of this cast has been in a movie called She Kills,
Yes.
which is a grindhouse throwback type movie where Sadie's husband is murdered by a vicious gang called the Touchers. She finds she
Touchers.
possesses a strange hidden power to aid her in her quest for revenge. Ooh.
Yes. I actually watched the trailer on the
Which is
trailer for
also,
that on Amazon.
The Bonk, or what's his name, Bonk?
Ron
Ron
Bonk.
Bong.
Yeah, he
he
was produced and directed that.
Yeah,
movie.
that's one of his ones he wrote and directed and all that stuff. It's very grindhouse. Like they really did a good job, like making like fading the film and doing like really aging it and make it look that whole grindhouse.
A la Robert Rodriguez.
and like really
yeah.
bad like fake mustaches and bad wigs.
Nice.
It's super, yeah, it's super grindhouse. So anyway, at this point, Aaron's gonna take over and take us through the movie. I'm gonna be here. I'll chime in here and there, and then I'll come back and take over the odds and ends stuff at the end. So sit back, grab a drink, a heavy one, because we are in for a fucking crazy ride.
Yeah.
With Night of Something Strange.
Yes, it is. So, I'm the backup QB still getting the reps while, you're still kind of working on the arm. So we'll see how it goes. So we're going to go on with Night of Something Strange, 2016. And we open on a janitor kind of pushing a mop bucket on his feet, walking through a hospital corridor. He stops, looks like you can tell the feet stop. He kind of looks around, and he goes into the morgue. So he goes into a room where there's dead bodies on the trays, not covered, just completely naked out there.
Yeah, I
But
like
hey,
that.
what are
We
you
don't
gonna
even
do?
cover our dead bodies in this morgue.
Yeah, just kind of keep them out. So he's looking through, and he comes across a dead female, completely naked, and this is Wayne W. Johnson, our janitor, and he's got this creepy smile looking at her, and he takes off her blanket, or I think she had a blanket, takes off, she's completely naked, he's admiring what's below, right in front of him, he mounts her and starts plowing away.
Because nothing says sexy like
A blue dead corpse.
Yeah, I think this might be a first time where we've ever opened with necrophilia.
Necrophilia,
I mean,
yeah.
that's a ballsy open
Yeah,
right there.
it's a pretty extreme opening. So
and
we're,
it's not like subtle necrophilia. It
Oh,
is-
no.
he's
it's
like
ball-
licking his lips. He's like,
this is his.
I mean, there's
thing.
nothing implied in this scene. It's not like, oh, it's they just show you everything. Like
There is nothing implied because he does take, he shows very graphically him spreading her legs,
Yeah.
undoing his, pants, pulling out his cock. I mean, they don't show, but they show the action of
Yeah.
him, and they show him in like a fuzzy background, they zoom in on her toe tag,
Right.
while
That's
he's
what I was
still
gonna say.
plowing away in the
which
background.
is important because the toe tag says something like she died of like
says cause
It's
of death,
radiation or something like
cause
that.
of death, radiation exposure, STD
Question mark.
Yeah.
and then same cells still active.
Yeah.
So they're making a point to say
And
that
she's
yeah.
Jane Doe. Yeah, don't know who she is, where she came
Basically,
from.
yeah, she's patient zero
Yeah,
Right.
for
exactly.
what happens in this movie.
Yeah, so he's plowing away. It's
I
pretty.
threw up in my mouth for the first time. And there'll be many more. To
Yeah,
come.
there will be. So we cut now to a double wide where we see our janitor who is raping Jane Doe,
Jane Doe.
curled up on the bed, clutching his balls in extreme pain while his wife is smoking a cigarette, cooking him sausage links.
Now let's talk about this for a second. Do you think it was his wife or his mother?
I think it was probably his woman.
I think it was his woman, yeah, because she seemed...
I don't know. I went back and forth on this for a long time trying to figure out if it was his wife or his mother, because there's things about both I could buy.
Okay,
yeah, I guess.
Where are you going with mom, though? I got no mom whatsoever.
Okay, first of all,
No.
there's no ring on her finger, so they're not married. There's neither one of them wearing red wings.
I missed this detail.
Second,
No, yeah.
when we see the bed that Cornelius is in is like a twin bed with like, it's not for two people.
I thought it was a full.
No, yeah, it was a bigger than a twin bed.
Well, it's not a queen or king. It's a smaller bed.
They are in a trailer.
True.
I don't know. It just seemed, I don't know. I was
Please
torn.
don't make it his mom. Please don't.
I know. That's what was made it so
That
absurd.
makes
Like,
it
I
worse.
don't know
Seriously, dude.
what happened, because like,
Can we just go with it being his woman, please?
I'll go on.
Yes.
Go
Thank
on.
you. Thank you.
I have more to say on this when we get to it. When we get to it.
So he's writhing in pain, holding his balls. She's yelling for him. Cornelius, that's his name. Cornelius, dinner, breakfast. She's yelling for him. Cornelius, our janitor, is on the bed, writhing in pain, and he seemingly dies. His girlfriend keeps yelling for him. You know, she comes to check on the room. She opens the door to find him pissing with his back turned to her, just pissing on the floor.
No, he's pissing on his bed.
He's pissing on the
pissing on the bed.
On her little
on her koala.
elephant
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever
little
the
koala.
fuck it is.
Yeah, that was another thing. There was like
pillows.
some kind of stuffed animal
Yeah.
in there, which makes me think that he's more childlike. I don't know.
He is not a child, dude.
No, I'm not. He is not child. But I'm just saying, there's a stuffed animal, and like again, I just didn't think
There is no way.
Which he is pissing on.
he is.
He's a
pissing on.
grown ass man.
she's
he works in a
yelling.
hospital. He's a janitor at a hospital.
He's a janitor. Like, there's a lot of people like
Son.
hire like
Simple
special ed
janitors.
people with the
There is
big-
no 15-year-old or 16-year-old.
No, I'm not saying he's. I mean, he could have the mind of a. Not saying he's a child.
Anyway, pissing on the bed.
and
She
then
starts-
turns and starts pissing all over her.
She starts yelling, "What are you doing?" He turns to talk to her, and we just see piss flying all over her.
Yeah.
It's not like
Which is
it's
awesome. I
fun
love it. It's
comical
hilarious.
relief. She's like grossed out by it.
And then it turns.
Then it gets from fun pee to something a little more whoa. So she starts
real dark.
screaming. He grabs her and throws her on the floor and tears off her panties. They show him like grabbing her panties, ripping them off. I'm like, ooh, let's get.
Which are dirty panties,
It's
by the
getting-
way. They're
yeah.
like pale
this
yellow.
this
They're
whole
just-
movie is
I just
pretty
thought they were
dirty.
yellow, but whatever.
Tears him off, and sure enough, he reaches into his same kind of thing, pulls out his cock, and just starts raping away.
Yeah.
So he's
So that's
just-
kind of his thing, right? I mean, that's like
He's-
his MO, right?
yeah. So he's now raping his girlfriend, wife, mother.
This is the woman. What is
we
the
are the woman?
That's why I'm like, can we not call her his mom?
Yeah,
please?
so he's raping her, and he's going down, and then I guess he finishes with a fucking exclamation point of
Yeah.
"Ah!"
Yeah, he
His
does.
eyes are kind of, when he does this face, you see his head rear back, his teeth are kind of yellowed, his eyes are changing. He looks like he's
definitely-
changing
Yeah,
into
he's
a
going
zombie
through a-
type.
yeah,
he's
he's
going
changing.
through a transformation.
Yeah, he's definitely a zombie.
So while he's in his ecstasy of nutting, she reaches up, looking for something to grab him with, grabs the pissed on koala, shoves it in his mouth, but he doesn't seem to mind because he's just kind of like, whatever. While looking around, she does find the alarm clock, brains him, hits him in the dome. He falls over. She springs up and runs into the kitchen, grabs a knife. Cornelius comes into the hall, and they're both standing at each other, looking at each other in the hall. And I got to give her credit because she doesn't like back down or like
Not at
whimper
all.
or anything. She
No.
comes charging toward, like they're walking towards each other, and she's like, "Fuck it, you're going down, asshole."
Face off, yeah.
She stabs him right in the chest. Cornelius goes down, up against the wall, crumbles to the ground. She's kind of breathing and
Sweet blood spray there, though, right?
That was pretty much right. But did anybody think that the way he was stabbed and the show, it just looked like he was holding the knife in his
armpit. Yeah.
No, actually, it looked like it was kind of like
It was more like a little
in his shirt.
angle.
It wasn't like definitely in there at all. Like it wasn't even in his chest.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
But there was sweet blood spray. Like it's all over her.
There's
it's all over
the
wall.
blood in this movie is
Yeah.
through the roof. It's
So Cornelius crumbles to the ground. His back is against the ground. He's kind of writhing in pain. She's standing there taking some deep breaths after this, but she's still right next to him. Cornelius, though, decides, you know what? Fuck that. Turns to her as he's sitting, reaches up her dress into her vag, grabs a handful of pussy meat, and basically pulls it straight out.
he
Yeah.
rips out her vagina or
basically
uterus or
rips
something.
out a whole chunk of flesh
Yeah.
from her groin. She's standing there in shock,
And he starts eating it.
and she falls to the ground as Cornelius shoves the beef curtains into his mouth.
Nice. And mind you, everybody, this is 7 minutes
Yes.
into the movie.
So we've already had necrophilia.
Yeah.
We've already had rape.
Uh-huh.
We've already had
This is rape twice now, actually.
stabbing,
Zombie turn.
stabbing with blood spray and tearing out the
literally
vagina.
eating a vagina.
Yeah.
And eating a vagina, all within the first 7
I
minutes.
gotta give this movie credit, man. They are balls to the wall, and I have not seen any of this in another movie before.
No.
Not saying whether it's good or bad, but I'm just saying it's.
I already felt real scummy. I already felt real scummy.
Yeah, like I was, because when you told me about this movie, you go, dude, it's pretty crazy. Think American Pie meets zombies, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, told Melissa that, my wife. I was like, hey, maybe you want to watch it. She's like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take a shower and kind of get ready. I'm like, okay, well, I'll watch it. 10 minutes in, I'm like, thank fucking God she's not watching with me. She would not be liking this. So
I got a similar story, but
that was pretty funny.
Let's keep going.
What,
So-
Sarah didn't like this movie?
No, Sarah didn't. Sarah came in a little bit from now. I'll get to
Okay,
it
tell us when you get to that point.
So, yeah. So Cornelius gets up. He walks out. He's on the loose. So he starts walking out of his double wide. He walks into the street, and he doesn't get too far because he then gets run over by two hillbillies driving a truck. They crash
and
through.
Woody,
yeah.
Eugene and Woody, two hillbillies driving a
love 'em.
truck. They crash through a mailbox, which reads 420, by
Yes,
the
it
way.
does.
Which I was like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And it's kind of funny because they spin and they get off the road. They're like, did we hit something? I don't know. I think it was a man. I thought it was a bear. Is it a man bear?
Woody, man, you said you was good to drive.
So they're kind of having some pretty funny back and forth.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah, I like them. Like if we break down all the dialogue, we're gonna be here all day.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny, some back and forth, but they're saying we're drunk. Let's get the fuck out of here. They're about to leave. We see Cornelius get up. His face is mangled.
Oh,
from-
his face is just like half gone.
Yeah, it's
Again,
like
for an independent movie, like the special effects are pretty good. Like the makeup jobs in this movie,
Yeah.
are
I
pretty darn
totally
good.
agree.
And Cornelius doesn't seem too concerned about the guys in the car because he's walking away.
Yeah.
He's trying to like shamble away. As the truck starts to back up, the tailgate's open. It's
Yeah.
not closed. The tailgate's open. As they're backing up, they bump into Cornelius and knock him back into the truck. And they're just like, fuck it, let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
And they take
They don't
off.
see him. They don't know that he's
Unbeknownst
back.
to them, Cornelius is in the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
They drive away. We see the opening screen of the movie, Night of Something Strange. That's basically how the
Yeah.
movie
That's
opens.
the opening.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit. So then we cut to a high school. It's a high school. We have Christine, kind of our heroine, our hero, our female lead, kind of writing in her notebook, journal, describing pretty much what's going to be happening. It's spring break. They're going to go to the beach, and they're going to have a great time. And they introduce really quick the characters that are going to be in there. So they introduce to us Jason, who is this fat half-cousin, which is kind of funny character. They introduce Frederick, who is the boyfriend of Carrie, who's also Christine's best friend. We meet Brooklyn, who's a black guy who still tries to represent the hood, even though he's from Syracuse.
Yeah, she says he still tries to rep New York, even though he moved here in like the 6th grade.
Right, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah, right.
And we meet Samara, and that's it. That's our group.
Yeah,
At that
right
point.
off the bat, almost all these people are just
They're all horrible.
They're all except for maybe Christine and maybe Carrie. Everybody else is just
They're all
awful
pretty
people.
horrible people.
Jason's
not really bad.
All right, I
He's-
take it back.
Yeah. Although he is a half cousin who hits on his.
Yeah.
But half cousin,
He's just a
that's barely
horny fat
relation.
dude.
He's just
I
horny
like how
fat
Marshall's like, dude, just have cousin, dude.
I mean, I'm not gonna get that. I mean, yeah, it's still a little creepy, but at the same time, it's not like they're that closely related. But no, Brooklyn and Frederick are just awful people. Like they're just
They call him
obnoxious,
Freddy,
annoying, and just they're all And Fred is such a scrawny, skinny.
Yeah, I want to say, let's talk about that casting real quick.
For a
Like,
guy who's supposed to be, he acts like all tough and like the
he's
cool
supposed to
guy.
be like the cool guy, jock, sort of like
Yeah.
the bully.
He's a
but he is like,
toothpick.
skin and bone, dude.
He is.
This dude
He
is not
is.
beating anybody.
No.
But it's still pretty funny.
And we kind of meet. There's Pamela's in the classroom too. She's in the back.
Yeah, but we don't meet her.
Oh
till
yeah,
for a minute.
yeah. Because speaking of
Well,
which,
she comes out of the high school.
speaking of which, so she's in her she's writing in her book, and this is where we have Trixie Minx, or what's her Brinky Stevens. Why did I say Trixie Minx?
I don't know.
How the fuck did that come from?
I have no idea.
Brinky Stevens is the teacher in the classroom scene here. But we look out the window.
Right there, as soon as she popped up, I was like, "Oh shit, nice!" Yeah.
But we look out the window of the classroom and we see a nice Mustang pull up, and the bad boy gets out. We don't know his name. His name is Dirk. We find out later, but we're just gonna right now. Dirk gets out of the car. He's the bad boy. Gets out. Kind of does a quick look around, poses on his car. There should be like fucking George Thorogood playing in the background. I think there was there was a metal song playing.
It's
like
metal.
It's
like
a rockabilly.
It was like rockabilly blues.
And it was actually pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
So he pulls up. Then we pan over to Pamela, our slut, who is texting him. Looks like she's texting him back and forth. She asks to be excused. She walks out, jumps into his arms, and they race off. And she's like, "Fuck school!"
Yeah, she's like, "Fuck school!"
And everyone's like, "Ha ha ha!" And even the teacher,
teacher's like, "All right, class,
all right, guys, calm down."
Like, fuck it.
Oh, times have changed.
Right.
Oh well. They go screeching off.
That's more like I don't know. That seems like that'd be more, or belong more in like an '80s movie,
right? Yeah.
Then, like nowadays, shit would not be. It would not fly nowadays.
They definitely give a nod to it.
It's definitely an '80s nod, yes.
So we're running through, and we find out that Samara and Brooklyn have broken up. They're not. So Samara's not going on the trip. Right. So there goes one of the characters we were just introduced to.
Which was weird, I thought, because like they made a point to like
show her
when she was like writing about all her friends. Like they made a point to focus in on her. Yeah. So she's probably in geometry, probably chewing gum and playing with her hair, which is exactly what she was doing. Yeah. So I don't understand the point at the time. Like why even?
Because she's never mentioned again.
Ever.
She's never mentioned again. She was dating Brooklyn, and then she's not going now. They broke up, so she's like, I'm not going to the beach.
And they broke up because he texted her apparently and said, "Don't cock block me on the beach." Is that something you guys would text your girlfriend?
Classy guy.
Yeah.
Classy guy.
Real cool.
So Christine really hates Brooklyn, but she sees that he's in the car. He's going to be coming with them on the road trip because he's got the weed. Yeah. So the girls ain't happy about that. But we cut now back to the double wide trailer, and we see a mailman walking up to the door. He's walking up to the door. He knows the door's open. He's knocking like, "Hello, is anybody there?" I don't know why a mailman would do that.
Well, no, because they showed him. It's like a rural road.
Yeah.
And it's like the mailman's doing a walking route. There ain't no
Yeah.
fucking way that the mailman is doing a walking route out
Down
there.
this old long
But he
country
walks
road.
up to the mailbox,
And
the
the
420
mailbox-
mailbox,
that's right, the
and
mailbox
sees that
is
it's
on
on
the
the ground.
floor,
So he
so-
picks up the mail that was in the mailbox from the day
Knocks on the
before because
door.
ain't nobody out there checking their goddamn mail. It's probably bills. They ain't got the money. So he walks that shit up to the door and starts knocking on the door.
Yeah, knocking on the door, looking around, no one's there. He looks to the side, we see a body past the camera. He looks back, and then boom! We hear a loud squish. We see blood pouring out his mouth, and it looks as if the wife of Cornelius has shoved her hand through the screen door, through into his chest somehow, like a fucking ninja. I don't know, like this was a little too
Indian Temple of Doom style,
This
man.
is like T2000, you know.
Kind of
zoom,
bothered
just
me a
going
little
right
bit,
in.
only because like he's cupping his
Yeah,
eyes.
he's
up
looking right
he's
into
looking
the
right
door.
in there.
I agree with
Suddenly,
you.
this fist comes to like you don't see this bitch right there.
Right.
Oh, you totally see her coming.
She's not a small person either.
No,
She's a good-sized lady.
Oh, and the amount of sunlight coming. It was not that. Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
problem with the fact that you would clearly see her from a mile away.
But he falls back dead as she's walking out. She's a zombie now.
Yeah.
She's walking out, and she's got blood dripping out of her vagina.
Because it's
Just
been ripped
dripping
out of
over-
her.
Yeah, because it's been ripped out of her. As she's walking by, blood is dripping out of her pussy onto his lips, and you see him kind of still alive, you know.
Second time I almost threw up in my mouth. Oh God.
So we
Vag
then
blood
cut.
in the mouth.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry, that was
Yeah,
rough.
it's like period blood and
Yeah.
because it just keeps going. Because
gets
guess where we're
worse.
going, guys.
We barely even gotten through down this rabbit hole yet.
Dude, we're like 15 minutes into the movie. Ugh. So we cut then to a gas station. We stay at this gas station for a while, but anyway, we're cut to the gas station, and that's where the bad boy Dirk pulls
Gold
up.
Vein,
Gold Vein.
Gold Vein General Store or
Yes.
something
Gold
like that.
Vein General Store.
They got the old school. Go ahead. I mean, they stopped
Virginia, from Virginia.
It is Virginia. They are in Virginia.
You know, Dirk and Pam are stopping to get gas. They got the old school pumps where you actually got to like.
Yeah.
It's on the side.
Yeah, you
know
gotta
what I mean?
lift
gotta,
it up.
Flip
Yeah.
the switch
Mhm.
and shit. Yeah.
You know what's pretty funny? Actually, I was in Little Rock a couple weeks ago, and there was one of there was a girl that was giving us a ride to the chapel to go watch the wedding. But when we needed to get some gas, and she gets out to pump the gas, and she's like totally like baffled by the machine. She's like, I don't know how to work this. She keeps pushing the buttons, and I just get out, and sure enough, you just have to flip up the handle. And I'm like, yeah, you just got to flip this up. She goes, oh, weird, because she was like, 27 or something. I'm like, yeah, god damn, I'm old.
Right.
I used to pump gas from these things. And I guess they just didn't make the adjustment in Little Rock.
No, I mean, I could figure out how to do it, but I don't remember ever having gas pumps. Sorry, we're getting way off.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So they're there at the gas station. We head in. Let's see, where was I? Okay, pulls up. The slutty girl Pam gets out of the car, asks to go to the bathroom. She gets a key to the bathroom.
First of all, before they even arrive, Woody and
the two
Eugene
rednecks
arrive at this gas station first.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it does. No, it was the bad boys pulled up. And then
Dirk and Pam
they
show
pulled up
up.
basically at the same time.
Okay.
Dirk and Pam show up. Pam goes in, and then
The hillbillies show up.
yeah.
So she takes the key, goes around the side to go to the bathroom. The hillbillies pull up. The hillbilly is in there, and the gas station attendant, the lady who's working there at the gas station, is pretty.
Goddamn, does she not look like a zombie herself?
She looks pretty fucking rough.
Holy
She is
fuck.
pale as hell, dark bags under her eyes, and just
Gray, stringy hair.
chain smoking like a motherfucker.
I don't know. Did anybody else think she was kind of hot though? I mean, come on.
If she took all that makeup off,
I mean,
probably.
I would say I was like, they made her look like if she was like not
True.
like her regular.
I
This
see
girl
what
could be
you're
kind of
saying.
hot.
I
Like,
see what you're saying.
You see what I'm
But the
saying?
way they made her look.
Oh no,
hell
no, not in the movie. But I'm saying you could tell like normally this girl could be kind of hot. Like
Agreed.
she could be a good looking
I
woman.
understand.
Yeah.
Did you see what her ashtray said too?
Ashes of obnoxious teenagers.
Yeah. So she gives the key to our slutty Pam, who goes to the bathroom to take a piss. In walks one of the hillbillies. I don't remember which one it is.
Woody, I think.
Well, yeah, they roll up at this point.
They're
and
both
then,
pretty much
like,
interchangeable. It's one
yeah.
of them.
Eugene's like waking up Woody, like, "Hey, go pay for the petrol."
But petrol.
Woody's like, "This ain't enough to get to Mexico." So my thought is like,
They're on the
they're
run from
freaked
something.
out because they killed.
Yeah.
So they're heading to Mexico. We're getting the fuck out.
I'm glad you brought that up because first of all, let's show how stupid these people are, or even the writers overlook this. They're in Virginia, and they're thinking they're gonna get to Mexico on one tank of gas.
Right.
One tank. Like if one tank ain't enough to get you to Mexico, or you don't have enough for one tank.
Like we're a good few
you're
hours
getting
from
there.
Virginia here, where we're at base in St. Louis, and I know we're 14 hours from Texas, where we stand.
Yeah.
So you're looking at like at least
25 hours.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, a minimum of 12 to 4. I mean, and even that's gonna be way more than that.
And in that giant Chevy truck, they're gonna need
Gas
it's not very
guzzling.
gas efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of gas. They're like, they think they're gonna get there in one tank of gas, or like a top off or something like that.
Nobody ever said they were the smartest.
But there's also the logistics of this too, because they were driving at nighttime when they ran over
Yeah.
Cornelius, and now they've been driving all night.
Who knows?
in circles.
They have
Yeah.
a Virginia license plate, so they're in Virginia.
They could be
Anyway,
drunk-
I'll come
they're probably drunk
back.
and high on meth. Who knows?
we're gonna get back to the logistics. So just whatever. So anyway, one goes in, then he starts stealing beers. He starts shoving beers into his
I can't.
jacket.
How many guys go to a gas station and yes, you have beers. They have like the tall cans or the 40 bottles
Right.
or cases. This guy's taking like individual
Individual
12-ounce
six-pack.
bottles. Like
Oh,
who?
they could have been 6-packs, and he was just pocketing the 6-packs.
I don't
pocketing
know.
the bottles from a 6-pack.
Still, he's shoving bottles into his
Like
jacket.
individual bottles.
and
like
clanking them too. There ain't nobody else in there. He's
He is
clanking
not
bottles.
very stealth,
No.
and she does not seem to really give a fuck. She's just reading her, paper and smoking her cigarettes. We cut back to Pam, who's in the bathroom, and we see this shot of her
God.
dropping her blood-soaked tampon
Yep.
into the urine-soaked toilet. So, which is
I wrote
pretty
down. I wrote, in the
gross.
bathroom, we learned very graphically that Pam is on the rag.
It's pretty gross. So we see Pamela walking out of the restroom, back around to the front. One of the hillbillies gives her an eye where Dirk's like, "What the fuck you looking at, asshole?" So
Right.
Dirk's kind of like it's like, God, come on, man. If that guy was checking out my girl, I wouldn't be like,
Yeah.
fuck you. I'd be like, that's right. That's fine. Yeah.
with you.
Pretty nice, huh? You know, why get aggressive and weird?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It was
just thought
funny
that was
though,
like
like
it made me not like Dirk. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like,
But
well,
it
Dirk's
was
an
funny,
asshole.
like Eugene's reaction. He was just like kind of quiet, you know.
Yeah,
like,
kinda.
And then as soon as Dirk drove away, he was like, oh, fuck that guy. Kind of almost. You know,
Like,
he didn't
and
say
then
all
he was,
that, but he was like,
tough
yeah.
after he left. Yeah.
Right.
So out walks the other hillbilly. He's got the beers clanking around his jacket. He's like, let's go. And they take off as the gas station gal comes out going, realizing he stole the beers.
Yeah. And as they drive away, we see that the back of their truck now is
It's
empty.
empty,
Cornelius is
and
not
Cornelius
in the back of
is
the truck.
no longer in the back of the truck. Then we cut to the kids who are on the trip. It's Frederick, Jason, Brooklyn, Carrie, and Christine driving in the SUV. They're kind of making jokes about weed, fat jokes, and hard-ons the whole time. So, I mean, I'm not going to really dive too deep into it, but you see them driving along. They're on the road. They're on their way.
Sorry, we missed a very important part.
Oh, what's the very important part?
At the gas station, Cornelius, like, once everybody drives away, Cornelius, like, bursts into the bathroom.
I thought I had that,
Is that
coming
right?
up here.
I mean, it's either already happened or it's coming up. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to talk about that.
All right.
Well, we already talked about it. Let's talk. All right, Cornelius bursts into the bathroom where.
no, I
he
didn't
start-
write this down. I missed it. There's
starts-
so much shit that happens.
know.
I missed
Oh,
writing
okay.
this down.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
but this is
No, this
You're
is
right.
important.
You're totally right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is important.
He bursts into the bathroom and, like, he starts, like, throwing up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he vomits
Like,
all over.
puking
the
all
toilet.
over the place. And then it's like, oh, God. He unzips and, like, starts pissing, but he starts pissing
Pissing
blood.
massive amounts of
all
blood
over the place,
just
all over
everywhere.
the toilet,
It
all over
looks
the
like a
seat, all
garden-
over the wall, just
a garden
everywhere.
hose of blood
Yeah.
piss flying out all over the place.
Yeah.
He then finally,
He's not done yet.
Relieved
No, he's not done yet.
himself.
So now that he's done, he looks in the toilet, something catches his eye, and he pulls out Pam's fucking used tampon.
Mm-hmm.
And he
And-
starts sniffing it.
And boy, that must smell good.
And then, because then he throws it right in his mouth and starts chewing on the motherfucker. And
Yeah.
then he's
Oh,
like, all of a sudden he's revived, because I guess he got blood. Oh.
He was chewing on it like he just got
All right, like the third time I
freaking
threw up
filet
in my mouth.
mignon from a fancy restaurant.
He
What's
runs.
a
He
diner?
runs out of the bathroom, string hanging out of his mouth. He's just chewing on it and lets it drop on the ground. Sorry.
And he shambles off.
And he shambles
Yeah,
off
he
again.
shambles off. Now we're in.
That's
the,
when we
sorry.
cut. You're right. Because I forgot. I wrote down. I guess I totally
I
missed
know.
that part. I don't know how I missed that. Oh no, I got it. But Jesus Christ, I guess I wrote just a few sentences because ugh,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to get too deep into it. So then we cut to the kids driving the SUV, and they're doing weed jokes, fart jokes,
Yeah,
fat
it's a
jokes.
pretty long scene of them.
You know,
just, like,
hard-ons.
back and
It's just
forth,
kind of like
pretty
them playing grab ass. Nothing really important
much. I
happens
got
here.
mostly Brooklyn rolling a blunt and
Yeah.
Freddie picking on Jason for being creepy and fat.
Yeah. So it's not too much. We cut back to the gas station lady who's throwing away throwing away garbage in the parking lot, finds the bloody tampon on the ground.
On the ground.
She like a fucking LeBron James, she's standing like 30 feet away from the dumpster, picks up the bloody tampon, and throws it perfectly into the dumpster. I gotta say, she's got game.
She does. Yeah.
Then we cut back to the mailman on the front porch of the double wide. He sparks to life as a zombie, so now we have another zombie on the prowl.
I guess I thought they stayed on him a little too long though. That
Yeah,
shot of him like
'cause
coming to last forever. It's like we get it. He's come back. You don't need. It's like a. It's
Yeah, I
like
agree.
a 1 minute shot of him just going.
Yeah, I know they did.
Really,
Like, he
guys?
sits up and he goes ah. It goes on for like a
Yeah.
minute.
Understood. You're a zombie. So where we at now? We got like 3 zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have the wife, Cornelius, and the mailman.
No, man.
So the group is pulled into that same gas station. Carrie asked to go to the bathroom. The gas station lady, unlike she treated Pam with just, she goes, "Here you go, Pam," and gave it to her. And this one, she starts going into crazy lines
Did you write this
about Willy Wonka.
Did you write this down?
Dude,
I
it was.
kinda got it.
I'm so glad you did because she goes on a tirade about young teenagers.
So she had already found Pam's used tampon, like threw it away, like Aaron so nicely said. And then when Carrie comes in to ask for the bathroom key or whatever, she says, "Don't you go flushing your bloody tampons down the toilet or leaving them. You throw them away. You throw them in the goddamn trash, you hear? You high school girls bleed like Dracula fucked Willy Wonka and formed a blood factory and slaughtered all those Oompa Loompas and made a bunch of Bloody Marys. Or a chain of Coyote Uglies and Dracula's wives went out on the town and went to a bachelor party and they all had their periods at the same time."
Dude, it's such a long tirade.
Yeah.
And it rolls off her
I
tongue.
didn't even do it justice.
Yeah.
No, the way she delivered it was great.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
She had some conviction in there for that.
She does
Fucking
not
weird, man.
like
It's very
bleeding.
hillbilly and conviction, like you said.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts. So she goes to the bathroom.
Yeah.
We cut to a fart joke on Brooklyn. It's lame.
Oh, it's more than this.
lame.
It's not just a fart joke. He goes
That
to
is
fart.
fucking killing
disgusting.
a motherfucker.
And I
Worthy.
guess the only reason
He
we're
goes
talking
to-
about this is because it's just so graphic.
It's more than a fart though. He goes to fart. The whole thing is like they're going to videotape or on the phone film Frank or Freddie farting
Into
on Brooklyn's face.
Yeah.
But the fart turns out to be a little more than a fart as he Hershey squirts
Well, because
Yes.
shit
he goes
onto
Brooklyn's
he
face.
goes as far as to pull down his goddamn pants
Yeah.
and put his ass in Brooklyn's face.
Yeah.
Asshole is about 3 inches from Brooklyn's
Because
face.
Brooklyn's like passed out in the car because all he does is smoke blunts.
Yes.
That's all this dude does is smoke blunts.
Mm-hmm.
So he pulls down his pants and like puts his ass, and they're filming it the whole time. He farts, and it's like you said, it's like a little loose fart, and like get a wet fart shot and shoot shit all over old boy's face.
Yep.
Yeah. Just in
If I woke up, I had shit on my face, you're dead. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
That was bad.
He doesn't even wake up. He's just like, and just leaves
Oh,
there.
God.
And you know,
Mother. Oh,
I know we're
God,
gonna jump
dude.
ahead. We're gonna come back, but very next time we see him, the shit's gone. So he obviously woke up, wiped it off. But he doesn't say anything
Yeah,
about it the rest of it. He's like,
nothing's
"Who the fuck shit?"
Yeah.
He's like completely
I know,
cool about
like,
this. He's
no
like,
one-
"Oh, I got shit on, but I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. Like it's totally
fucking
fine." Are you kidding me?
Beyond the
And
pale.
this
It's
whole
just too
time,
much. Like, if there's
actually-
something that's unbelievable about the movie, that's the unbelievable.
Yeah.
Truth. And this movie's so back and forth that there was actually a scene with Carrie like walked in before that and looking at the bathroom, and then it goes to that, and then it goes back to her looking at the toilet again.
So we go back
after-
to Carrie, who's looking at the toilet, the massacre in that toilet, just all the blood, the puke, the shit, the everything. It's just disgusting.
And then you kind of
And-
notice it move.
Yeah, it's kind of like pulsating in the toilet. She does, but it's like the one thing
She's
that she doesn't do.
questioning-
She doesn't like flush the toilet or try to wipe anything up. She's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna hover.
They did show like the toilet paper roll was empty. Like there
Yeah.
was nothing on there. So like she looks for something to
You can
wipe it up
still
with. But
flush it. Just
I'm not arguing that, but you're talking about wiping up the seat.
So
There's nothing
she's-
to
You
wipe
know,
with.
you know what my answer is? Use the fucking sink.
Yeah, that's
I would
good.
not put my ass anywhere near that shit.
Well, she tries not to
She tries
because
not to.
she tries to hover. She's got her hands braced on the sink and on the
got a
side of the
leg
wall. She's trying to hover as she pees.
But of
She
course, you
s-
see it coming a mile away.
She slips, loses her balance, and her button muff plop into the toilet seat. So she's touched the goddamn gooey toilet.
I don't have a
She-
vagina. But I would never, if I did, I don't think I'd ever put my vagina anywhere near something like that. That sounds
I wish I just had that on tape. I would never put my vagina anywhere.
Well,
near it.
technically, we do have
Oh,
it on
sweet.
tape now
Oh,
because
we
we
do.
just
I know what my new ringtone is for Chris.
But yeah, like
Well, at least I got it on tape if I ever had a vagina.
she touches that toilet seat for like less than a second. Like,
Dude, it's like a microsecond.
Yeah, it's
She
like
just
boop off
pops
and all.
and pops right back up.
But I don't think the vagina would ever touch anything.
Yeah, it would be like her butt cheek.
The butt cheek is what hits. And the
Yeah.
vagina is clear.
That blood and that is everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
everywhere. But I'm just saying the toilet seat's open in the middle, and I mean just
You
anatomy.
know where
the
the
way
blood
you
is
sit
not?
down.
The blood is not on the sink. I just sat right on the sink.
Anyway,
Anyway, we're getting to
but yeah, blood microsecond on her butt.
Yeah. So we cut to the bad boy Dirk and Pam the Hoochie pull off to the side of the road so Pam can pee again.
Talk about STDs.
So-
This bitch probably is definitely has something.
Yeah, no shit.
She just pissed. Like,
Might have a
not lying.
UTI or something.
Dude, how much does she have to piss? So while she's pissing on the side of the road, there's a text message that comes off on her phone. Dirk, being the nosy prick that he is, grabs her phone and looks at it to reveal a fucking giant dick pic that's coming through.
Oh, and this
So-
is a real live dick pic.
Oh yeah, it's
And it's like it's like a 12-incher.
It's
This
like a-
thing is the biggest. It's like a horse cock.
it's a big hog.
Yeah.
It's just a big hog. You just see pictured up on
I
there.
almost feel sorry for whoever's dick that actually is because the weight he's carrying around between his legs might be giving him backgrounds. Like, what do you do with that thing?
So he realizes that she's cheating on him, but he's like, God, just put up with it. You haven't had sex for 6 weeks. Just put up with it. Get through it. Just have. Basically, he's like he's gonna swallow his pride so he can get some pussy. So we go back to the group. They're driving the car, and Carrie's getting sick. Carrie's all fucked up. She's looking bad. She turns and throws up all over Brooklyn. Brooklyn's like, oh, fuck. They pull over.
So not
She
only
gets out
has
of
he
the
been
car.
shit on, he's now been vomited on.
vomited on. She gets out of the car. She throws up some more. Brooklyn starts throwing up. Everyone's just puking. They try to make it as graphic as possible, too. So you see this close-up of him, like, barfing everywhere.
And,
So it's just pretty gross.
When they pulled over, though, they shine their lights on Cornelius.
Yeah, when they
who's
pulled over, who just happens to be in the bushes right there.
Yeah.
He is physically hunting Pam. So he got the sniff of her.
So you make a good point. I apologize.
No, it's
So
all right.
yeah, because they did show Cornelius coming to that area where
she
Pam just peed. He's putting his hands in the pee area, licking it,
his
putting
fingers.
his like savoring.
Oh,
this
I forgot about that part.
piss.
Yeah.
And he grabs even the leaves and the
Yeah,
dirt, and
he's
he's
eating
rubbing
the
it into his face where she's been pissing. That's where we see the group pull over, and then we watch him, throw up and everything. Again, just happens to be in the same exact spot.
Of course.
But while we watch them throwing up, we see Cornelius,
Do you think he's jerking
off? Yeah, he's
Okay.
jerking off because he does go.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? I was watching that scene, and I don't remember seeing any movement, like jerk off movement. He was just sitting there, all of a sudden he goes, "Bruh," like he just busts a nut.
Yeah,
So I'm
because
like,
they showed the first scene, I couldn't quite tell, and then sure enough, when they panned back the second time, I was like, oh yeah, he's jerking off. 'Cause
That's
there
what
it
I
is.
thought.
He has the O face of I'm like, oh my god. We go back to the gas station, lady. She's closing up shop, turning off the lights, sits down behind the counter for one last smoke, I'm guessing, and then she
She
sees
put
it.
out one cigarette
Yep,
and then
lights
immediately
another one.
Chain
another
smoke,
cigarette.
yeah.
Oh man.
We see a can of beans rolling across the floor, and she's like, huh, that's weird. Walks over to the cans of beans, picks it up, and when she stands back up, we see the mailman is behind her. The zombie mailman is there. He knocks her down.
he vicious with like a vicious pimp
he
slap from
he
hell.
backslaps
He
her.
backslaps her like a proper pimp.
Yeah.
She goes crashing to the floor.
And she's crawling across the floor. I'm thinking like, get the fuck up and,
She's
run,
crawling.
bitch.
She's crawling across the floor.
with her cigarette still
I
in her
know,
mouth.
and that's what I love. As she's crawling away, she still takes a drag of her
She
cigarette.
pauses momentarily enough just to take a hit off the cigarette, and then goes back to crawl.
I love that. Oh, so then that's when the mailman, as he hit her from behind, he also takes a note from that and drops down behind her, pulls back her pants, and he starts raping her as well.
Damn.
Yep.
More rape. And she held on this cigarette the
The
whole
whole
time.
time, she still got her cigarette.
Jesus.
Man.
I feel dirty, guys.
I know. So we cut to the group pulling up. It's raining now. The group pulls up to the Redwood Hotel.
Wood.
That's a stretch, bro. Wood.
I was thinking the no-tell motel.
No time.
So the group's
Holiday.
pulled up to the Redwood Hotel. As they're pulling into the parking lot, they cut over to Dirk and Pam, who have also at the same hotel right now, but they are banging away inside the hotel room.
Proper banging.
She is on top, riding away, which is pretty cool looking. It's a good little sex scene.
Yeah.
Riding away, nice body. She hops off, goes to the bathroom, and while she's going to the bathroom, he reaches down, notices his cock is covered in blood. Are you on the rag? She's like, yeah, sorry. He's like, oh god. He takes off the bloody condom, and without looking where he just throws it off the bed, and it lands on his clothes.
Yeah.
Which is, come on, dude.
Yeah, right?
Try and be a little more careful.
Oh, shit.
Because he just threw his bloody condom on his own clothes. Ugh. All right. So we cut back to our group in the SUV. They're talking about getting in the car. And that's where I finally picked up on the name play here.
Yeah.
The two people that get out of the car to go talk to the keeper to
Yeah,
get
well,
the
the
room.
name thing, I was going to cover that later in Odds and Ends, but we can cover it now. Go ahead.
Finally, when they come in, they go, come on, Freddie. Come on, Jason. I was like, ow!
Yeah.
Freddie and Jason. That's where it finally hit me.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, that's so good.
Is that it? That all you picked up on?
Well, at the moment, yeah.
All right. Well, you also
What
have
else you
Carrie and Christine. They're
Carrie
both
and
Stephen
Christine,
King horror
Stephen
thing.
King, yes.
Pamela, Jason's mom in Friday the 13th Part 1.
Okay.
Her
Yeah.
name's Pamela, but they go by Pam.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of name like horror movie
What about
links with the
Brooklyn
names.
and Dirk? Nothing.
Brooklyn and Dirk, I couldn't come up with anything for.
Yeah,
but,
I couldn't really either.
no.
I was reaching there, but yeah, Carrie and Christine I got.
Yeah.
Pamela I did not get. I didn't get
no,
that
I
one.
didn't get that either.
No. That. So
Freddie
good
and
on
Jason,
you.
though, I like
Look at
that.
you.
Yeah. Oh, well, Marshall's been doing this.
All right, but anyway, I loved it. I was like, yes, that was
Aaron
my
was proud of
favorite.
himself. Yay
That
for
was.
Aaron.
I was patting myself on the back. I was like, oh, that's cute.
It's only about 30 minutes into the movie, you might picked up on it, but yeah.
Well, yeah. But it's like that's when it finally like hit me. I was like, oh shit, because they did call him Frederick. You know, it just didn't quite click until they started calling him
I
Freddie.
thought they called him Freddie the entire time.
No, they said Frederick. They said
I don't,
Fred.
honestly, I'm more with Chris. I don't remember him calling him Frederick when he first
Me
see him.
neither.
Son of a bitch.
When he comes on and does that stupid ass pose.
Yeah.
They talk about
Yeah,
that-
they said
it-
Frederick.
Spring break, bitches.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have Jason and Freddie renting the room for the night from
That's what it was.
from this old man who comes from. I just call him Old Man. So I don't know what else you
The
guys called
innkeeper.
him. I just called him Old Man.
Innkeeper.
Yeah.
Fine, but I have Old Man in the notes, so I'm
Alright.
gonna go with Old Man.
Okay.
So Old Man comes out and he's
He's not that old, though. He's middle aged.
I know. I'm sorry. I just wrote Old Man in my notes, so I'm gonna stick with Old Man. So Old Man comes up and he's talking to Jason and Freddie about getting a room for the night. He's making kind of jokes about them being gay.
Yeah.
He's like, "You guys are getting 2 rooms?" And he's like, "Yeah, we want 2 rooms." It's like, "You sure you're not gonna have a room together?"
Yeah.
No, we don't want a room
Yeah,
together.
you know those don't
You
connect,
know these rooms don't connect. They're like,
Yeah.
we're not gay.
Yeah.
You know? And he's like,
You sure you
"Huh."
didn't walk in holding his dick?
So they make all kinds of cracks about them not being gay. Old Man gives him the keys. There's more puns about wake up call.
Lick
He's
my
saying-
balls.
He's saying
Lick
lick
my
my
balls,
balls. He's like, what? You want a wake up call? You know, they're just like little plays on words. It's kind of fun.
Really weird, but yeah, hilarious.
Before they walk out to go let everyone into the hotel rooms, Freddie's telling Jason, look, I need to get laid. I need to have sex with Carrie. You're going to sleep in the car tonight. Jason's like, fuck you. Freddie bullies Jason into saying, at least give me 10 minutes. I've got to fuck Carrie.
All right,
the part that
dude,
really bothers me too,
yeah.
like
I need to back up for one second. When they're getting the hotel room, though, there's a spot where Jason looks through a hole in the wall and sees like this little girl playing patty cake with some other person in a hoodie, and that person in the hoodie turns to face Jason, and they're wearing like a creepy clown mask.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the fuck?" And then we go back to the rest of the scene. So they hinted there's something else going on behind there.
Yeah.
But then to bring it back to what you just said, yeah, this is where I was like, we mentioned it earlier, but like Freddie is like bullying Jason. Like, Jason's like, fuck you, man. I'm like twice your size. I'm just going to snap you in half, you little douche.
Because you see Freddie like, Jason gets pissed. He like points at Freddie, like I just paid for the room, and then Freddie like grabs his fingers like, you want me to break off your butt plug?
Yeah.
And you see him like flexing his arm. There is nothing
No.
there.
Dude,
just
my
bone.
forearm is thicker than his bicep.
I mean,
you know?
Jason is like this bigger dude, but could easily overpower this fucking
Oh yeah, just
creepy little
size
whip,
and
man.
mass alone. I agree. It's like
Makes
Jason
no
should
sense
just
to
be
me. It
whooping
really
this guy's
bothered me
ass.
the whole time.
I agree with you. I really had big issues as well with that.
But that's what bothered me.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Sorry.
So
This whole rape and everything.
Jason, when Jason goes out to the car.
yeah, Jason. They finally go back out to the car. The group's going into their rooms. Carrie turns back to Jason and says, Jason, why don't you come with us? And Jason rats out Freddie. Goes, Freddie told me I had to sleep in the car, so you can have sex with you. He just immediately busts him out. And then Freddie goes, you fat fuck. And I was like, that's hilarious. Just the way he delivered that. I'm just like, he's like, come on. You're like, motherfucker. It was so good. I love that. Anyway, Jason tries to get into the car. Freddie punches him and says, if you come anywhere near there, I'm going to fuck you up. So Jason does end up staying in the car. And then we have a scene where Carrie, who's sick, remind you, she slipped and touched her pussy on the toilet.
Her ass cheek. It's just an ass cheek.
She's curled up on the bed and she's feeling sick. Freddie is trying desperately to get laid. It's pretty funny. Some decent one, like some banter back and forth. But eventually he gets turned down. He even tries to negotiate jerking off on her ass. To which she says, get the fuck out of here. So he leaves. He goes outside.
And what's his resolution?
His
to that?
resolution, so because he's got blue balls, apparently blue balls is a real thing concerning him. He goes out behind the dumpster and he decides to go and jerk off behind the dumpster.
Why not just jerk off in the bathroom? Like, why
Good
go
question.
out to jerk off behind a dumpster.
Why go
question, Marshall.
anywhere close to a dumpster when you're going to jerk off?
Good question.
He decides to do
You
that.
got a bathroom right there. Just go in the bathroom, do your thing, and be done. But no, he's like, I'm gonna go out to this dumpster.
While he's in, in throes with himself, we get lights that hit him, and the old man innkeeper is there saying, "Hey, what you doing?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm just taking a piss." He goes, "Oh, well, if you shake it more than 3 times, it's whacking it," which is exactly what was said at Creepazoids last week. And I was like, God damn it.
I got written down here, Bob Ross.
Because I went on a big rant about that last week. Same thing. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Me and Sarah both looked at each other because she came in. I'm sorry, I meant to tell you guys, when she came into this movie, it was when Pam and Dirk or whatever were doing it. So that's when she sat down to start watching the movie.
Okay.
So she's like, "Whoa!" And then the whole you shake it
whacking
more
it,
than 3 times, you're whacking it, and we look at each other like, "Holy shit!" Bob Ross. She got to bring up Bob Ross. Like, I'm bringing up Bob Ross. Don't you worry about it.
As I said before last week, I shake it like a fucking Polaroid picture. I shake that thing until there's nothing left.
Which totally threw me off when you said that. Side note, sorry, because all I can see now, I got this vision of like Aaron just
Shaking the shit out of
shaking
my
piss
dick.
all over the shower curtains,
all
all over
over.
the
Takes it off,
mirror.
shaking above the head like a helicopter.
I'm like, your wife is gonna be so pissed when she cleans up the bathroom and finds piss just everywhere. But
I have
whatever.
controlled shakes, my friend.
Okay,
Controlled shakes.
I don't know. I live with me and my wife and my 2 little boys who like piss all over everything all the time. So, oh god, I would try to keep it,
When I saw that was so fucking
Ooh,
funny.
I know, man. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, God. So, the old guy leaves. The old innkeeper leaves. Freddy goes back to trying to jerk off. As he's jerking off, he gets a cramp. And then I don't understand. He,
Charlie
bends
horse.
down to look at
Did
something.
he get cramp? I thought he
Yeah,
did.
he
No,
even
he
says,
said-
he says Charlie horse.
So
Oh,
what
okay,
I thought
He,
was,
bends down to look at
what I
his
thought
Charlie
was that he went to
horse.
try to grab
Work
it.
it
and-
out.
I thought he went to go pull his pants up.
As he
That's what I
bends
thought.
down, he smashes his head on the side of the dumpster and falls back
Basically knocks
unconscious.
himself out.
Rendered unconscious through masturbation.
Jesus.
So that's a first.
What a
Also, I want to
douchebag.
say I like the innkeeper for some reason. Like I kind of like the way he delivers on some of his lines and the way the actor portrayed it.
Very dry. It's
Yeah.
very, yeah.
But I liked him. Like I like the innkeeper. There's like a dry humor about him too. Yeah.
So as he gets knocked out, we see that the gas lady is walking around. Now she's there at the inn. She's walking around on the outside parking lot. So she doesn't kill anybody, but she's just
Now
kind
we
of
know
like
that.
walking around there.
A
She
cigarette drops.
a cigarette
Yeah.
butt and she steps
See?
on it.
Yeah, which is pretty great. We have the gas lady's there, and she. Is this where she comes after Jason in the car?
Yeah.
So she
Not
comes.
only does she come after Jason, she starts running at the car and like busts through the glass and like.
It's pretty
tries to
cool
grab
because
him.
you see her. It's like they had the shot inside the SUV, and you see her on the outside running, like you said, very fast. It just crashes into it.
Because he's sitting there all
smashes through the
sulking,
glass.
like pissed off.
Yeah, he's all pissed, and she comes crashing in, trying to get him, tearing at him. Jason gets free, runs into the room where Carrie's at, slams the door closed, like, huh, turns around, and Carrie's standing right there. She's all pale, her eyes are getting real dark, and she asks Jason, I need you to fuck me as hard as you can. He comes, he's like, oh, are you okay? What's going on? And she goes, Jason,
Do I look okay?
I need you to fuck me as hard as you can.
What, huh?
He's like, what? Huh?
He thinks about it
Jason,
for about 2 seconds.
He's like,
I need
"All
you
right."
to fuck me as hard as you can. He goes, oh, yeah.
I was
I'm
gonna
like,
say, he thinks about it for about 2 seconds. He's like,
for 2
yeah,
seconds.
come
He's like,
on.
and he's right in. And, dude, good for the fat guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what? Good for the fat guy in these movies. Because in these movies, the fat guy never really gets it.
No.
Maybe at the end, every once in a while, he'll get to kiss a girl at the end. You never see the fat guy plowing away at the pretty blonde.
No.
Nope.
Good for the fat
Yeah,
guy.
I know. I was like, all right.
Score one for the fat guys. All right. So we cut to Brooklyn and Christine in their room. He's trying to put the moves on, but they're super lazy moves because he's more interested in smoking a blunt.
This dude does not leave.
No, he just sits around smoking blunts the
He
whole
sits
time.
in that one spot smoking
Yeah.
blunts.
So it's kind of funny. We cut back to Dirk and Pam. Dirk is all pissed off because he finally comes clean and saying, I saw the dick pics. God
Well,
damn it.
Yeah, they're sitting
So-
there on the bed like watching TV and they're
Yeah.
post-coitus, whatever.
Post-coitus.
And she's like texting.
Yeah.
And like kind of snickering.
She's
And
texting,
he's like,
snickering.
Who the fuck you texting?
And he,
you know?
he basically says, "I saw the dick pics. God damn it!"
Right.
You know, he's pissed off. He goes storming off.
Yeah, he gets dressed. He leaves.
He gets dressed. He goes storming off. As he's storming off,
He gets dressed in his shirt that he's got the.
Well, that's what.
Big
Yeah, after, when he's
condom on.
outside, the innkeeper there's an exchange with the innkeeper, and he walks off.
Well, you see
But
it
if-
bore that. You see it before that.
He's
as
walking off
out
with
the door. He's got the condom stuck to
the
his
condom
back.
stuck to the back of his
And
shirt.
she's outside in like her bra and underwear, like yelling at him, like
She's
I'm
yelling
never
at
gonna
him.
fuck you again.
Yeah.
He's like, I've had better sex in training camp. Or,
And he turns his back and starts to walk away. But we see out of nowhere, Cornelius comes running in like a bat out of hell,
Bum rushes
tackles
her. Yeah.
Pam and slams the door. Dirk turns back, doesn't see what happened. He's like, whatever.
Yeah, he just
walks
assumes
away.
that Pam just slammed
And that's
the door
when he
behind him.
turns, and we have kind of a jump scare, and that's when he kind of runs into the old man,
The innkeeper,
the
yeah.
old man innkeeper who's sweeping up. The old man innkeeper, as he's walking past, he goes, "Hey, dickbag!" And as he sees the condom on his back, he goes, "Excuse me." He turns around, he's like, "What'd you say?"
He says, "You
He's
got
like,
a bloody
bloody
hitchhiker
hitchhiker.
on your back."
To which the old man takes his his broom, at the length of the broom, and peels it off his back, which is pretty well done.
I just like a dick bag. Like that's a great name for a condom.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it is, I guess.
Well, that's
It's a
what the
dick bag.
British call like scumbag. That's what it means. It's like
Oh, really?
used condom. Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
shit.
they
Didn't
talk
know
about
that.
jizz being scum, and it's a scumbag.
Hey.
You're a used condom.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
British lingo.
Oh, dropping knowledge. Check
Dropping
it out.
knowledge.
Horrible horror.
I'm just so glad I don't have to use those anymore.
Yeah,
Love
but
you,
so
baby.
the just where the innkeeper he's like carrying the blood condom on the end of his broom, and he goes to the dumpster and like he flicks it to try to
Yeah.
get it into the dumpster.
Just like
misses. Just,
like it's almost like a throwback to
the
where,
bloody tampon.
Yeah, the bloody tampon.
only this guy instead of getting it in the
Overthrows
dumpster,
it.
overthrows it and it
Overthrows
lands
it.
on
Throws it
Freddy's
into
face.
Freddy's face.
On Freddy's face.
And then Freddy, and is that when Freddy?
No,
wakes
he doesn't
up?
wake up
Nope.
quite then because we cut back to Cornelius fighting with Pam in the bedroom.
Ah, yes.
He
Oh,
smashes her with a
God.
television,
Yeah.
Which
is
bounces off the bed like a high bounce. too.
It's like he throws it into her midsection.
yeah, like into her stomach. Yeah, but
Is that
you
what
know,
you think happens? Because
he's-
the angle, I
that's
thought
the
he was
way
trying
it
to.
looked.
See, I thought like the camera because it was like from her almost her point of view, like it was down.
No, it was
straight up.
definitely like her midsection.
Okay,
I
'cause
guess.
I thought it was supposed to be like he's hitting her, like dropping it on her head.
That may have been what was supposed to happen, but that's not actually
But I'm like,
what
but
happened.
when we see her, I'm like, there's no way she's still alive if that. She
Yeah,
snatched
because
that
I think he
TV.
was softening her up for what came next, which was him grabbing her legs, spreading him wide, and plunging his face into her vagina, and just literally
Literally
eating her out.
pussy.
Yes,
Yes.
he eats her pussy off of her body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
So he's just shredding her to pieces. We cut, and again we have Jason completely naked, fat and all,
Yeah.
fucking away on Carrie.
Jason and Carrie.
And
Yeah.
He's
again, give
going
that
to
fat guy
town.
credit, man.
I know.
He's buck
Hey, man.
naked
He's-
on camera, and he's
going
plowing
for
this
it.
girl.
I
Oh,
love
yeah,
it.
good for
I
him.
kind of felt chipped off for this guy. This fat guy has to be on camera fucking this girl who couldn't get her naked too. I mean,
Yeah,
god damn it.
yeah, she's wearing
She's
like
not
a
even in a bra. She's wearing her shirt still. Like,
Yeah.
man, fat guy. At least give him some. You know,
Just-
he's got to be.
at least put titties on the chest.
Yeah,
you know?
like,
yeah.
give him some love.
I
Nothing.
think at his point though he would.
Oh, I'm sure as a character, he doesn't care. But I'm thinking
He
For
the
the
actor.
actor.
I'm like, come on, the fat guy's bearing a
Yeah.
soul
I get
here.
you.
Yeah.
Fat
I
ass and fat
Yeah.
man tits bouncing. Like, you at least give us some girly titty to like to make up for it.
We fight for the actor who played Jason.
Yes.
We were fighting for you, my friend.
Yes, we are.
We'll pledge that you get titties on chest next time. He's fucking her. She's saying, "Fuck me harder, fuck me harder." He's like, "I am," which is really funny because it's like kind of whiny. I am,
Yeah, yeah.
which is great. Sex scene. He comes, she dies,
The power of his cum kills her.
Yeah.
and he starts going, "Carrie, you okay? You okay?" She snaps back. Her eyes are now red.
Which I thought was a great. I love that.
Good
that
effect.
effect, man. Yeah.
Her eyes are red. But instead of like attacking him, she starts riding into him harder and
It's like
harder.
she like
She
kegels the
clams
fuck out
down.
of him. She
She's
like
like
clamps on him.
underneath him, and she's like riding him from underneath.
And
which I
he's
was
just like,
damn,
"Whoa!"
bitch."
He's
But then she
taking-
like she like
Yeah.
does like stomach crunch, or like a half sit up and like bites his nipple off.
So
No,
she,
she starts eating his man tits.
Yeah, he like
It made
leans
a-
back. She follows, starts eating his rips his nipple off, bites it straight off. He's
and then
screaming.
bites into his neck.
And then,
Well,
like,
back when Freddy was giving Jason shit about it, they call it his mitts.
man titties, his
man
mitts,
titties.
his mitts, yeah.
So it was funny, like to come back, like she starts like literally eating both sets of his man tits.
Yes. So she bites his face. I don't know if it was his neck or lip or what, but she bites
it was
at
his neck. It
She
was
bites
his
at
neck.
his face area. He's screaming.
And then she pretty much manhandles him, like just
Yeah.
throwing him around the room and
Yeah.
beating his fucking ass.
So we cut to Freddy, who's laying out, still out cold by the dumpster. He starts waking up. He finds the bloody condom on his face and decides, instead of being in horror and disgust, he thinks, you know what? I'm going to use this as an assist to finishing jerking off. Takes.
I didn't see that.
I don't remember that, but I don't remember that part. But I don't think.
I thought he grabbed it off
He
his face.
kind of like swipes it off, but I don't think he like to me. I don't think he used it as motivation.
Maybe I was looking at my notes because I could have swore he took it off his face and he basically pulled it off screen to his dick and jerked off with
No,
it.
no, I think what happened was he.
Well, I'm
woke
not
up
going to
and
put
just
it
kinda-
past that.
No, he wipes it off his
That's real
face,
dark,
but then he
Aaron.
does
Holy
go. Then he's like, "Oh, well, I might as well finish now anyway."
Yeah,
so,
he woke up like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was doing. Oh,
He
anyway.
finishes off. The
Like
old
he might
man,
not have been sure that was a blood kind. He might think when you wake up groggy or drunk or something like that.
I
Like,
think he
"Oh,
just
this is
like,
kinda
brushed it off.
brushed
his
it off,
face.
didn't even know what it was. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna finish
Yep.
jerking off."
the old man finds him.
God damn! Do
You know.
do you hear what we're saying?
Yeah.
Jesus
I don't think I've
Christ!
said pussy more in my life than like today.
Oh, you think about it, he kind of got his revenge, like
Freddy's revenge?
Well, I mean, or actually, it wasn't Brooklyn's used, but like he's the one who squirted on Brooklyn's face. The shit. Now he's got a bloody condom on his face.
Dude, everyone gets
Comes full circle.
everyone just gets fucked in this movie.
Yeah,
I'm telling
everybody
you.
does.
Oh god.
So, old man finds him, says, you know, hey, I was waiting for you to wake up, and he's like, and he shakes it off,
Like, put your chicken back in your pants there and let's get out of here.
No.
puts his dick away.
Yeah, put your dick away and take your chicken choking ass in the house, and my wife will fix you
That's
up,
what it is.
or something like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's got a big,
quite a goose egg on your head or something.
Yeah.
yeah, he
That's
split
a
his
good
head open from when he hit it on there.
So weird.
He goes into the room where Carrie and Jason had just got done fucking.
thing. Oh, yep.
He comes in, all the lights are off, the lights are broken. He comes in, and he's, I guess, in his stuporous days from being knocked out, sees a shape on the bed, assumes that it's Carrie, although it's naked Jason lying there,
Ass up.
ass
up.
up, face down. He gets
That's
on.
the way he likes to fuck.
Yeah.
Carrie's naked, but it's actually Jason.
This is
Fresh
where it
ready.
gets.
Oh,
There's it's a long scene.
This is a long scene.
This is a
You
long
want to hear the
scene.
dialogue?
And I assumed you would write down the dialogue because I had to, because you seem to like to do this. So like when it comes to weird dialogue stuff, you tend to pick that up a lot more. I just wrote what happened briefly.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
have a
let you
few.
kinda
I have a
have to
few
read the dialogue,
quote
which I
unquote
might throw up.
nuggets of,
Yeah.
of dialogue I remembered in my
Here we go.
head for this.
Here we go. I got it verbatim. So Freddy drops his drawers when he thinks that it's Carrie, but it's actually Jason. And he starts kind of going at it, and he's like, "Oh, you're dry, baby. Let me warm you up with my tongue.
Ugh.
You're a bit stinky tonight, baby, but I love it when you're stinky. Some of your dinner slipped into your lunchbox, but I love peanuts too." Man, your clit is so swollen. It's like 2 clits and a banana.
That's my favorite line. Baby, your clit's so swollen.
I really wanted to puke.
I
That's just me saying that, but that's exactly what he said. And
Yeah.
then he starts fucking
He comes
quote
back
unquote
up.
Carrie.
Yeah. He starts going back to town on Jason's ass.
I'm sorry. I get where they're going. They're trying
And
to.
then
With
he pretty much nuts. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to help you out on round 2 or something like that."
yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
God.
I just my my issue with this is not what probably most people's issue is going to be, but just the fact that I can't get over the stupidity of the guy thinking that Jason is his girlfriend. Like, she's skinny and
Thank you.
intrigued,
I was gonna say
and he's
that.
like, Jason's a big,
He's a
heavy
big fat guy.
Yeah.
Like, and first of all, your eyes are gonna adjust the dark. It's not like pitch black. There's light coming in from the windows.
Thank you.
You're gonna see the outline. You're gonna see Jason in bed. Like, there's no
Even
way.
if your eyes don't adjust.
Just you're gonna know. You're gonna feel the
would
fat.
your
You're gonna
girlfriend
feel.
have hairy back?
Well,
would she have a hairy ass?
Here's
And how do you not know a vagina from a cock and balls? I'm
you.
sorry, like you're gonna
There's
know.
I still like the comedian, and I'm gonna.
I get for the comedic value what they're going for, but I'm just saying there's no way this happens.
Actually,
ever.
I
He
mean-
was concussed. He was concussed.
Okay.
There's my stretch.
Okay.
There's my stretch.
There's
It's a
your
long stretch.
I'll-
I get it. It's a long fucking stretch. It's
All right,
stretch
stretch.
fucking
That's stretch
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
This is
I'll
Reed
allow
Richards
it.
stretch right
Hey,
here.
I'll allow it, and what happens at the end, I'll even allow it because
It's so good.
he gets what. Yeah.
yeah, well, the comeuppance.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So, basically, this is what I wrote. In the dark, eats Jason's ass, makes poop jokes, fucks Jason.
yeah.
Not
what-
once, but twice.
Yeah. So we cut to Brooklyn and Christine. Brooklyn says some jokes about his hands being deadly weapons. It's kind of lame.
Yeah,
We
it's
then
dumb.
cut to back to Freddy and Jason again, fucking.
Still fucking.
Still fucking.
Freddie had
Yeah,
admitted or
he
whatever,
passed out on him.
and he woke up and
He
he's
wakes
like,
up.
"Oh, you still got a good grip on me."
Yeah, he starts going
Oh,
again.
you guess you're ready for round 2.
Finishes again.
Yeah.
And this is where Freddy's trying to get off of Jason, but Jason's butt cheek, his sphincter,
Yeah.
is clasped so tight onto Freddy's cock that he cannot pull
And
himself
this is where I
out.
wanted to bring in your medical expertise. Do the muscles really tighten up that much when someone dies?
It would have to be the tightest squeeze, like
Yeah.
a fucking world's strongest man who's only been working out his asshole with like 100-pound curls.
Right.
I don't understand
But I
how
don't
this
think,
could
but
grip.
rigor mortis doesn't set in that
No,
fast. I mean, it
and he's
takes
also
a while.
going to be a zombie, so he's going to be loose and limber.
Yeah.
I would think so too. And,
So,
and
there's-
Freddy's eventually gonna go flaccid
And
when
if
he
you think about
realizes
it that
that
way,
he fucked the
if
dude
it
in
gets
the ass.
if
right?
it gets that tight, then there's no way Cornelius would have been able to fuck the dead girl in the beginning because she's been dead a lot longer. There's no way he would have actually been able to penetrate her if everything clamped up that tight.
I always thought about like Kill Bill. I don't know. I thought about Kill Bill early on.
I've only seen Kill Bill once, and that was years ago, so I don't.
Jesus. Never mind.
What's he in Kill Bill?
When
Oh, when she's in the coma. Yeah. Uh-huh.
He comes in with that shitty
Yep.
like
I'm
oh,
Buck.
dirty,
I like to fuck.
that dirty
Yeah.
Vaseline. Like,
Yep.
ooh, good.
Yeah, now
You know?
she's been in coma. She's gonna be dry down there.
Oh, it's like
With that
pubic hairs
used-
on
yeah.
it. and like, oh,
That's so good.
sorry.
So yeah, Freddy is stuck in
He's
Jason's
stuck
ass.
in Jason's
Yeah.
ass. He cannot pry himself away.
Oh, that's
We
hilarious.
cut to Christine outside. She's trying to get soda from the Coke machine. She's fighting a Coke machine, banging on it. That's where we see Dirk come up.
She bumps
he
into Dirk. Yeah.
pulls a fucking Fonzie.
Yeah.
Just gives it one good smack, and the soda comes out. They start chatting. He gives her a little bit of vending machine trivia. It's kind of like they're just a flirting scene.
You know, every year 12 people die in vending machine accidents.
It's kind of
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, he's trying to flirt with her
Yeah,
and
they're-
like talk it up, and
He's spitting game.
She's like,
Yeah,
"Are
so
you flirting
they're-
with me?" Hmm.
It's cute. They're flirting. They're having
Yeah,
fun.
it's their meet cute.
Yeah. So we cut back to Freddy and Jason, and in comes the gas station lady. The gas station lady comes in. She bursts in the door. She's still smoking a cigarette, smoking another cigarette, which I fucking love.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
So
love
zombies
it.
are smoking in this one too. Yeah.
I fucking love it. She starts strangling.
do
Freddy's
like
like,
it, too.
"What the fuck? God damn it!" You know, I love the Freddy's reaction. He's just like, "Ah, God!" You know, as his cock is still stuck in Jason's ass.
See ya.
He falls to the floor as she starts strangling him. He does reach up, grab the lamp.
Oh.
And he does say,
Before that though,
yes,
she
I forgot
pulls
about
up
that.
her fucking skirt.
forgot
and
about
starts spraying
this.
them with vag gas.
Yeah, like she's
Or
queefing.
farts,
Like, she's
or-
queefing, but it's like noxious green toxic queef
Yeah.
gas
coming
out
out.
of her,
Yeah.
of her veg.
hitting Freddy in the face. He's getting, it's like, is this fart
And he
gas?
he ends up grabbing the lamp and like it says "lights out, bitch," and then
jams
like,
it into her vag.
Into the
Yeah.
vagina.
Into her vag, and she falls down dead. And Freddy's lying on the floor, cock stuck in Jason's ass, just got queefed on, fought her off, and he goes, "Worst spring break ever."
Yeah.
I love that line.
know.
I'm starting to love Freddy now.
Fuck Freddy.
Freddy's
but,
becoming like my favorite character now. It's so fucking funny.
shit pretty much gets all out bonkers. From
I'm
here.
s- yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
it gets even.
I'm sorry I keep sniffing, guys. I listened to the last one. I just can't get rid of shake this cold. I'm sniffing some more. I apologize.
Yeah, you guys think it's bad now. We've just, like I said, the tip of the iceberg here for this movie. It's Wow.
all right.
We're a lot longer down the rabbit hole.
We cut back to Dirk
Keep saying it.
and Christine. There's a scream that's coming from there's a scream that's coming. Christine and Dirk go running off to see what the scream is. We see this is kind of creepy looking scene actually.
Yeah. Christine's
Carrie's
like,
walking away slowly, just taking steps
Screaming.
and occasionally screaming out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of scary looking, you know. She's got blood all over her legs, you know, because she was just fucking the shit out of Jason. Blood's all over her legs. She's screaming and she's walking away. Christine walks up to her like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Puts her hand on her shoulder. Carrie turns around and she's all zombified. She's, the makeup here was kind of weak, honestly. I thought that was kind of bad. But, she's all zombified. Her face is white. She's got blood on her.
Well,
I didn't think it was horrible.
I didn't think it was. One way to think about it is one, yeah, like technically we're calling them zombies, but really they're more infected. And
Right.
two, she, unlike Cornelius, she got fucked up by a car. She just kind of died, and she
Right.
just came back. So she would just be kind of pale and flesh. She wouldn't be like all like it's not just gonna have flesh
But it
hanging
just
off her.
looked
And,
so, looked like someone went to Sephora and spent some money and bought a lot of, prop make. I don't know. Anyway, that was the one weak part. Because the rest of it, I think I really enjoyed. I just thought the makeup on her could have been done a little better. Anyway,
Okay.
she turns around, makes a scary noise. Christine screams, starts to run away. Carrie gives chase. And this is what I love, is that Dirk fucking jumps out, Superman punches that bitch in the face. Just punches her down.
Blasts her in the
Just
face.
bashes her in the
Sorry,
face.
I just had a reaction.
Yeah, Christine's like, Dirk! He's like, sorry, it was a reaction. But she doesn't seem to mind because Carrie jumps up, screaming again. They run into Dirk's car. They're trying to get in. Carrie jumps on top of the car. She's banging on the glass, trying to get in. Dirk reaches into his glove box, pulls out a gun.
the magical revolver.
The magical revolver.
magic
yes,
gun.
The
Yes.
magical revolver. We'll get into that in a
Endless-
minute.
Yeah, the endless revolver.
Takes aim. I think he says a one-liner. I don't
I'm
remember.
sure he does.
And
The
shoots
movie's full of one-liners. So I'm sure he
shoots
does.
Carrie what looks to be a headshot. She falls off, dead, seemingly dead on the
Oh
ground.
no, you're right. It wasn't because when we see him shot, it's definitely a headshot. But then when we see her on the ground, there's no bullet
hole.
hole
Yeah, yeah.
anywhere on her. That's one thing they kind of forgot.
Yeah. So while we're looking, so they get back in the car. They're talking about we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like that's
Carrie-
not your friend
Chris-
anymore. We
yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
Christine's calling the police. But while we look at Dirk, he's trying to start up his car, and in the background, just like we had that other shot earlier, we see a figure running as fast as they can toward, and this cool shot.
Yeah.
I really thought the shot was cool. Just seeing him run up. It's Cornelius. He smashes the window open. He grabs Dirk, drags him out of the smashed car door. Keys go flying out of his hand. Drags Dirk out. And he starts, I think he pisses on him for a little bit, too.
No, in one swoop, he rips his pants off.
Yeah,
He goes to try to rape Dirk.
He's fighting
Yeah.
with Dirk. He pisses,
Again.
He pisses on Dirk a little
Fucking
bit.
Cornelius is just rapey all over the
He,
place.
yeah, like
Don't
Chris,
matter if it's
like
dudes.
Chris said, one false
equal
move,
opportunity rapist.
He just one swing of his hand, his pants are gone. He's in his
They're
whitey
like-
tighties.
These are jeans, but they're like those rip-off basketball pants.
Yeah,
just one thing.
Almost.
Just,
But he's wearing
Gone.
jeans.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Just gone. He flips Dirk over. He's trying to rip off Dirk's
Yeah.
whitey tighties, about to rape him when a couple shots ring out. Boom, boom, boom. Cornelius is getting shot by Christine. Cornelius falls down.
Yeah. This is when she calls the cops.
Yeah, so
And she says, "My best friend just tried to kill me. It's either something she ate or she's on her period."
good line. While she's making that call, fucking Dirk, like a Boy Scout, has an extra pair of pants in the back of his shirt.
He just pulls out another pair of pants.
Well,
Pulls
I
out-
figured they were on their way to the beach. So
Yeah,
they probably
yeah.
had
I
some
had no
sort of-
problem with that.
I had no problem either, but it was just kind of it's like
But-
he pulls them out of a bag. Like
Right.
he just pulls just one pair of pants in the back seat.
Perfect.
Honestly,
Perfectly
I would want to
folded.
find pants as quick as possible too, because I almost just got raped
Yeah.
by a fucking
Again,
zombie.
not arguing the logic. It's just
know?
funny that there's just one pair of pants on the back seat, just
I
right
feel
there.
real.
Yeah.
Not in a bag with other
Yeah.
clothes. Not just there. It is.
So while she's freaking out, calling the cops, Dirk's looking for his keys. He can't find them. He looks
there is
underneath
the
his
car.
car. He sees the keys. He's reaching. He's stretching. They're just just out of his reach as he's looking for the car. And Cornelius gets up in the background, runs over, grabs Dirk, and starts dragging him away. We have the great shot from underneath the car as Dirk is reaching for his keys, drug away. Good shot. I like that a lot.
There were a lot of good.
Yeah, there's good
a lot of
cinematography.
good
Yeah.
shots in this movie.
So Dirk's getting drug away. Christine's like, oh, shit. Before they showed a picture, before when she shot Cornelius the first time, she dropped the gun because, she's in shock. She dropped the gun. Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Well, and of course, they're not necessarily thinking design at this point.
Exactly.
They're thinking, he's dead.
Yeah.
This whole time, Sarah's like, pick up the gun.
So Christine is going for the gun, and that's when Carrie grabs her arm. Carrie is now fighting with Christine as she's trying to get the gun. Christine's trying to reason with Carrie. It's not really working. Dirk kicks Cornelius in the balls, and goddamn, does this stop Cornelius in his fucking tracks.
Yeah,
when he kicks in the balls, everything stops. Cornelius cannot fucking function. Nope. He's just doubled over in pain. So he kicks him a couple times.
Right. Yeah.
Dirk gets up and starts wailing on his nuts, just kicking.
And he turns around and he yells to Christine. He's like, kick her in the vag.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he said.
So,
God!
to which Christine obliges, kicks Carrie in the vag, but her foot gets stuck into her vag. Yeah. She's hopping around on one foot as one foot is seen shoved up into Carrie's vagina.
Where she falls down, and we see the camera
down,
and the camera's shooting between Carrie's legs.
And her
and
shoe.
You see his shoe hanging
You see a fucking Converse All-Star.
They were like one Ked. I don't know what it was.
Just hanging down in between her legs.
And what's Carrie do?
She pulls it out with a blood spurt that shoots out over Christine and throws the fucking shoe into her face.
It's Christine
Who throws a shoe? Who throws a shoe?
I love it. Oh.
Hits her right in the face.
Funny.
I really wanted her to say who throws a shoe.
Right. That would have been
awesome if it did.
All right. So that's when she's coming at Christine again. Dirk has the gun now. Shoots Carrie again. Carrie falls face first into Christine's crotch.
Yes.
Which is pretty good.
There's a lot of those.
There's
a lot of pratfalls, comedic
awesome.
value, of falling into crotches. Dirk gets Christine, and they run into the room where Brooklyn's staying.
Yeah, the best one was yet to
and
come.
runs right in, and it's so funny because without missing a beat, Brooklyn goes, "Where's my ginger snaps?"
Yes.
Which I love because he did ask Christine for ginger snaps and a sweet tea, and as soon as they come bursting out, blood all over him, breaking in.
That motherfucker has literally not moved.
No, he's just been
from
smoking
that edge
blunts.
of the bed. He's just been sitting there smoking blunts the entire time.
Yeah.
So Brooklyn's like, "Who's this guy? What the fuck's going on?" Dirk, they tell him about
Christine's
Carrie.
like, Carrie's dead. He's like, who the fuck is Carrie? Dude, are you serious? Are you that high?
I kind of like that, honestly. So,
I don't know, man. I have issues with that. Drug use in movies, they over-exaggerate the effects.
Yeah.
I've never been that high where I forgot who my friends are.
I understand, but that dude has also been smoking apparently the
entire time.
The illa. I mean, whatever the fuck he called it. You know what I'm saying? But he has been smoking joints and blunts since they left school.
I know, since basically scene 3, he's been doing nothing but smoking. I get it, but
I know what you mean.
So he asks who this guy is. Dirk does the sweet pose.
Oh, the sweet hero
action hero close up where Dirk is holding his gun over his shoulder. Goes, "I'm Dirk. I'm gonna be the hero." I don't remember exactly what he says.
Damn it! I wish I'd wrote that down.
Yeah, it's something like, you can call me Dirk.
I'm Dirk, and I'm the one who's gonna save your life.
Yeah, that's it.
Save your ass.
Oh yeah.
I'm the one who's gonna save your life. And then he turns and he goes, "You can call me Dirk."
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right, so where are we? Okay, the cops show up. You see the cops coming in. Cops show up, and who is watching from the bushes? Is it Carrie or is it the wife? I think it's the wife.
It's the wife.
The wife is now
It's
here.
Cornelius's
wife from the
mom,
double white
whoever.
trailer
Yeah.
is now here, and she's watching from the bushes.
Yes.
So we cut back to Freddy, who is still trying to get his cop out of Jason's asshole.
His cock.
His cock. Sorry. Because cop starts banging on the door.
Yes.
Saying, "Who's in there?" Freddy's like, Who is it? Open the door. It's the police. I can't open the door right now. If you come back later, that'd be great. Cops bang on the door. If you don't open the door, I'm going to kick it down. Please don't open the door. While he's saying this, he's trying to heave Jason's massive body into bed. He covers up the dead body of the...
Yeah, he's trying to rip the bloody sheets off the bed and then, lift Jason's ass up onto it. And, it's quite the ordeal.
It's quite a comedic scene. 1, 2, 3. He finally gets in the bed, covers up Jason and himself because his cock is still stuck into his ass. The cop kicks down the door, and he just sees two guys in bed.
Also, by the way, the cop gives him not an ultimatum, but he's like, I'm going to count to 3. Like he's a parent scolding a kid, like a toddler. Like, put that... What cop says I'm going to count to 3? They just burst in.
And a cop shouldn't be bursting in anyway unless he has a warrant.
Unless he got what was it, probable cause or like the intent of danger.
He's got no probable cause.
I understand that there's nobody screaming or yelling, but so it's like I'm going to count to 3.
Yeah,
or put that cookie back or something like that.
So he bursts into the door. Freddy and Jason are under the blankets, and he's just kind of like he's basically saying, what the fuck's going on? He goes, well, we were just having fun. We were just finishing up.
Yeah.
Like, basically, Freddy starts playing off, yes, we're gay lovers. Sorry, officer. We'll try and keep it down. The officer's kind of like, you guys going to California? Which I thought was kind of funny. It's like,
no, I think you're from California.
He does like a little finger, like
a little gay
limp wrist.
Yeah, like, you guys
from California? He goes, no. And he's like, oh. Which I kind of like. It's like, no, man, we're just gay dudes. To which the cop's like, all right, just try to keep it down. Thank you, officer. Drive safe.
Worst cop ever. I mean, come on, worst cop.
Which is funny because as soon as the police officer leaves, Freddy kind of takes another sigh of relief, goes, then he says, I can't believe I thought your balls were 2 clits. Which again, I'm like, yes! Freddy's becoming my favorite character. That was pretty good.
Fuck Freddy. He's getting everything that he deserves right there.
Yeah.
No, but it's still like the way he's rolling with it, it's pretty good.
That's because that's all he's got. That's all he can do is roll with it.
Yeah, but he's
He
saying...
did nothing but beat on that dude and tease him.
I agree.
The entire time.
It's
He's getting everything he deserves, and the shame.
Pretty fucking funny.
Shame.
So the cop then, that's when we have Dirk, Christine, and Brooklyn leaving the room. They're walking out to try and get away. They see the cop. The cop has a drop on him.
Well, as soon as they walk out, the cop's like, freeze!
He says, freeze, because he sees Dirk has a gun.
Right.
Freeze. So they all put their hands up. Dirk obliges, says, oh, he says, put the gun down. Okay, yes, he slowly...
And Brooklyn's got a real funny... the weed's Dirk's!
He puts the gun down. The cop has him dead to rights. He's drawn on him. Christine's... And this is where I was kind of like sympathetic towards the cop, because the cop just showed up to the situation. She starts saying, you dumb motherfucker, I called you. I'm the one who said there's police. Right. Zombies happening. Blah. Just bitching like a raving lunatic.
Yeah, she goes
The cop is actually trying to be calm and saying, he's kind of like saying, I don't understand, staying back. I don't blame the cop.
He's not really trying to be calm. He's very, very forceful. He's not even trying to figure out what's going on.
But it's hard to relate to. I can relate to him because she's gumming at him with crazy
when 3
talk.
people walk out and one of them has a gun, the cop is supposed to be doing what he's doing.
Absolutely.
I get that. But he's not being, she's being very...
She's being too
aggressive.
over the top.
Yeah, agreed.
Especially from a guy who had a gun. So I can sympathize with the cop.
So he puts the gun down, and she starts ranting.
The cop's got the drop on him, and then they pan over to the police officer, and behind the police officer, Cornelius is stalking, coming up towards the cop, basically staggering towards the police officer.
And at this time, the police officer's trying to call dispatch and shit.
Yeah.
And Dirk starts saying, Sir, what?
Behind you. Police officer turns around to see Cornelius shambling towards him as he's jerking off.
Jerking it. And he's
as
jerking
he's
it
jerking
like a champ.
off.
He's like, whoa.
And the cop is like, whoa, put that thing away.
Yeah.
The police officer seems more like disgusted than like threatened. He's just like, put that thing away. What the hell are you doing?
And
we see Cornelius building and building.
This is the jerk off to end all jerk offs.
Yeah.
And then Cornelius then shoots his load. And when I say load, it's like 20 gallons of white cum.
It's like somebody shot a gallon of white paint with a shotgun. It just explodes.
Just explodes all over the cop. Money shot from hell.
Yeah. And the
Just
cop.
all over him, and the cop starts screaming as steam is rising off the police officer.
It's
like
acidic
acid
cum.
cum.
It's acid cum.
It's melting the cop. Brooklyn.
What the fuck are we watching right now?
I know. This is like for us. I was like, what is happening?
So
in
the
this
cop
movie?
is like melting away. The three kids are like, holy shit. His gun just happens to be like outside of the range of the cum. So he grabs his gun, they start running. Holy shit.
Oh, God.
Acid cum.
Acid cum. The
That's
three
another
kids
first.
run away.
Yeah, I would agree.
We cut back to Freddy and Jason. And Jason starts to wake up. His eyes open up. He starts to wake up. He's starting to become his zombie self.
Yes.
While Freddy is still stuck in his asshole. Jason gets up and he wants to go outside because he hears all kinds of fun things happening.
Right.
Jason's big naked body is crawling on his hands and knees as he's dragging Freddy behind, whose dick is still stuck in his ass.
This is another very fucking version of like the human centipede.
And Freddy's like, nope, you're not going out
He's
there.
like,
You're
Jason,
not going to make me gay.
He's like, Jason, no, don't do it. Stop. He's trying to fight it. Jason's having nothing of it. He starts walking out the door on his hands and knees as Freddy's being drugged. Freddy, being so stubborn, he's not going to go out with his cock stuck in the ass of Jason, braces himself in the doorway, and he's bracing himself so hard, he's going, no, you're not going to do this to me, no. And he's bracing himself so firmly that his body folds in two, breaks back. I mean, it's his belly that's belly first going, and his back breaks, his heels hit the back of his head. As Freddy's broken body is drug away by Jason's ass.
Awesome.
It's so crazy.
It is goofy. And it's longer. It's a lot longer.
It's a long scene.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just can't make the sound effects.
No, I agree.
It's a long scene.
Anything fitting. Very fitting. What you get, dick.
Oh, God. I was hoping for more, but oh well. So then we cut to Dirk, Christine, and Brooklyn running for the SUV. They are running at it, and as they're about to get in, we see the wife from the trailer, the wife of Cornelius, jump on top of the SUV.
God,
Reaches down, grabbing Brooklyn, who was one of the first to the SUV, grabs him and pulls his whole head into her vagina.
Which
shoving
shouldn't
his
even
head,
be there anymore because it's been ripped out. So it's just this giant, it's got to be a
gaping
giant
hole.
gaping hole.
Shoves his head into his vagina as like that weird gas and
Can we
stuff
talk
that's
about
kind
this
of
real
coming out. And
So
just
did she actually, I'm sorry, I want to take it down a notch. Did she actually stick his head into her vagina?
that's my guess.
Yep.
Because she pulls him up, shoves his head up into, and like you can see like all you can see are shoulders sticking out from. He's deep in there.
All right.
There's green gas, that same green gas we saw earlier.
Yeah, it's coming wafting out from under.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
Nope.
No. I mean, there's a lot of things I haven't seen.
There's a lot of firsts in this movie.
I haven't seen acid loads.
Well, I'm talking like it's ever. I heard. I don't know how to bring this up now. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay, well, I don't know where you're going with that, but we'll keep moving because she does finally drop Brooklyn, who drops down. His face is smearing against the window.
His face
from,
like half melted
it's
off.
half melted off. So now we have an
That is
acidic
some
pussy.
rank pussy.
Oh.
The power of the pussy has killed Brooklyn as his face drags down the side of the SUV.
Jesus. So
Dirk shoots her a few times. Let's see. Cornelius comes running out, hits Dirk, and let's see. Cornelius hits Dirk. Christine makes a run for it and trips over Freddy's dead body as she falls into.
so why didn't Freddy ever come back?
Well, I don't know. I guess he never actually got infected. He just did some fucking.
Well, he fucked Jason in the
That's
ass.
true.
Jason was.
I
fucking
agree. Like
infected.
Freddy should have come back.
But I guess
Maybe.
he was broken in half.
He's so broken. Well,
This is the last 20 minutes of the movie, so
And it's
some
so much
well,
happens.
maybe he
Oh,
comes back and we just never see it.
Yeah,
You think
could be.
Or maybe the fact he doesn't come back because maybe his dick is ripped off of him and it's stuck in Jason's ass the rest of the movie.
So
Let's not think
maybe-
too-
Which
Let's not get
yeah.
to me, based on what
So
happens
the
in this movie,
infection
is-
never reached his
it's
body.
like-
It was just
it's like
yeah.
Herschel in The Walking Dead. He cut the leg off.
Yeah, he cut. Yeah,
the leg
the
off.
infected.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
affected appendage
Yeah.
has been torn
Yeah.
off.
So
Yeah.
maybe.
There you
Either
go.
way, Freddy got broken in half, so he wouldn't have anything to fuck with anyway.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. He couldn't use it.
So Christine trips over Fred's body, and then she runs. She gets up, keeps running, but she runs into the mailman.
Mailman's back.
So the
Oh my
mailman
God,
is
the
back.
fucking mailman.
So Dirk escapes Cornelius. He runs into the old room that Pamela was in, and he sees that she is a zombie, or he sees he sees her dead body.
Yeah, and he's all sad about it. He's like, oh, God.
Carrie comes running in. She jumps on his back and she bites into his shoulder.
Yes.
He's fighting with her on his back. He's throwing her back and forth. He finally throws her off and starts curb stomping the shit out of her head.
Oh, he just destroys her
Yeah.
head with his foot.
He is curb stomping the shit out of her. It's kind of computer graphic, but it still looked pretty good.
It's like
it
stomping
wasn't
a
too
grape.
bad.
Right underneath
You
your
could tell
heel.
he starts stomping, and then the CGI takes
Yeah,
over
but it's
and,
not bad.
and the
It's
blood
not
starts,
bad for
Yeah,
us.
It's not
that's
bad.
great. The effects are awesome.
Yeah, we cut back to Christine with the mailman, and he is. She's walking. She's trying to like scurry away on her hand, like on her,
this
like
is
she's on her
so-
butt. And she's like
She's
scurrying
like crap
away.
growing, yeah.
Thank you. And the mailman reaches out and unleashes his go-go gadget penis.
Yes.
Which comes out like a fucking telescope.
It's like 3 feet
Extendable.
long.
It just extends out. It comes out
And
right.
it's almost like the Alien, like in
It
Alien
has
The
3.
urethra is
yes,
basically.
it's got a little
Yeah.
mouth going.
Sucking.
Yeah, it's like talking.
And this is where I wish the movie was in 3D.
Yeah.
Oh! You want dick in your face like that, Marshall? Goddamn!
That's good.
Oh.
So Dirk is in the room. The wife is outside, still stalking outside. So he's trapped inside with Carrie. Carrie's dead now, curb stomped dead body, and the dead Pamela, who he thinks is just dead. When we see him sitting down, and then the legs of Carrie come propping open, spin around, and she spreads
Like a crab.
eagle.
It's
Oh
like
my
a
God.
crab walk. It's so
Dude,
great.
it
It's
looks like something
creepy,
out of
though.
Evil Dead.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
creepy. Or like
It's
Exorcist.
really evil. It's her legs spread, and
yeah.
I'm thinking, what the fuck's gonna come spraying out of
What
her?
could
Well,
happen?
nothing came spraying out of her because we get a full-on picture of
Yeah.
completely naked vag.
Oh, right
but
down
we're
the barrel. You're looking
down
right
the
down the
barrel,
barrel.
and we see the lips start to part. And what do we see? Is teeth on the inside.
It's a vaginal fly trapping.
Yes.
It's Venus
Good
fly
God.
trap. It's like
I felt so like uncomfortable. At
Her
this
pussy has now become a mouth with teeth
because
and
it's graphic. I mean, it look.
yeah, and we're looking like deep
Yeah,
into
yeah,
the
you are.
vaginal canal.
Yeah.
And Dirk is just mesmerized as I am.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't take my eyes off it. And out shooting out the canal.
Well, suddenly
Is
it's like all right. So the lips start to part, and there's the teeth, and then the teeth open up, and then there's like
The canal, like the
Yeah,
vaginal
like-
canal, and out comes shooting as a fucking tongue.
You know,
Oh,
or
like
a
a
tentacle or
like
something.
a tentacle. I was thinking a tongue because I'm thinking mouth.
Yeah.
And it's gotta be like 15 feet
what
long.
to do? It grabs him by the throat,
Wraps him
and-
around the neck. and
Pulls
pulls
his face into
What was your first thought?
eating the pussy. He's like good at.
the
No,
pussy's gonna eat
When
him.
that shit happened, what was your first thought?
Well, what was your first thought, Chris?
My first thought was
Obviously, you would
the
tell us.
Sarkar pit from Tatooine.
Oh,
And-
Sarlacc pit. Yeah. That's a great. Oh my god. That's great.
That's really good.
teeth and the everything. I was like, oh my god, fucking Boba Fett getting dragged in.
A Vaglac pit.
That was my first thought.
Vaglac pit.
The whole time Dirk's like fighting with it. He's
Boba
like
Fett. Yeah.
pulling back. And it keeps. It's like the in and the. Oh god.
Or a Han Solo. Yeah.
and
taking
like,
Han Solo, yeah.
and like Chris was saying,
Boba
he's
Fett too.
fighting back and forth, he's about to get eaten by the pussy.
Well, first it does like, the very first thing, like it pulls it.
yeah,
Dirk's
pulls
face
it-
all the way into the veg, like it's like right there, like he's gonna
Yeah.
eat
He's
her
about
out.
to get eaten.
But
He's
then
about
he
to get
starts
eaten by the
pulling back.
pussy.
Yeah, he
he's
starts
pulling
pulling
back. He
He's about to
bites.
get eaten by the pussy.
Eaten by the pussy.
He bites into the tentacle tongue thing, bites himself free. He rips it out enough. The tongue lets him go.
It
The tentacle lets him go. Retracts in, and then the pussy starts to talk.
Yes, the talking
pussy, blowing my fucking mind, saying, "Fuck me."
I know, like, what the shit, dude? What the shit?
With the teeth.
Dirk grabs the gun off the ground, shoves it into the pussy, says, "You've been fucked." Boom!
Oh.
Pulls the trigger.
Oh, God.
Blood bursts all over him. Holy shit.
Oh, my head's hurting. I'm
My
laughing
fucking
so
brain
hard.
hurts too. Hold on. Jim Beam, help me.
Oh, my God.
We all need to take a break. Take a sip of Jim.
Good God Almighty.
And that's when Pam stands up on the other side of the bed.
Yeah.
Hops up on the bed and is like, she's all zombified now, looking at him. Dirk's like, what the fuck?
I know, just like, really? Now I gotta deal with this
But he
shit?
don't aim for her head.
No, he lifts the revolver up, points it at her crotch,
right at her fucking.
pulls the trigger. She goes flying against the
Flying
wall.
against the wall.
She's dead.
Oh, God. We cut back to Christine, who's being confronted by the mailman with his go-go gadget dick with a little
Jesus.
alien mouth on the urethra going... She's backing out, trying to get away from it. That's when the old man innkeeper smashes the mailman in the face with a shovel. And that's when Christine jumps up, takes the shovel, stabs it down, severing the penis of the mailman. He screams and is seemingly dead. The old man is, Christine's saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. The old man innkeeper's like, oh, well, it really is a nice night for a murder. And she says, what?
I thought he said, I swear to God, I've listened to this a few times, and each time I've heard something different. One time I thought it's a nice night for a murder. Another time I thought he said it's a nice night for America.
Well, that
Either one
God
would
bless.
look like,
dude, the
what?
innkeeper, you could barely understand what he was saying.
I
He
know.
does have mush mouth
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of thing
big time.
going on.
Big
That's
time.
one of the plays on. They play on that a few
I
times.
tried looking that guy up, and he's done nothing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous because I forget that was like a throwback. Sorry,
But yeah, say nice night for a murder. That's what I
America.
thought. And she's like, what? Looks at him, and he whacks her in the face with the shovel. Full on shovel face, smacks
Yeah,
him.
that happens.
She falls down unconscious.
Yeah.
We go to Dirk. He's cleaning up. He's trying to get cleaned up. He walks out of the door. Whack! He gets hit in the face with the shovel by the old man.
This is when shit gets
He's
kind of
unconscious.
weird.
Now
It's
I
like
know.
they
Now we
go
take
off-
we take a complete
Oh,
right
wait,
turn.
hold
Here
on.
we
Shit
go.
gets weird now? You're saying now?
I know.
You're saying now shit's getting
No,
weird?
no. I mean, shit got weird like, I don't know, 5 or 6 miles ago. But whatever. You know what I mean? Like this, we're taking a right turn, like Marshall said.
Yeah,
like,
we're just a complete.
why are
we're-
we coming
So-
into this?
Which
Yeah.
I kind of like though. I really loved about
Yeah.
this movie.
So we cut now where the screen goes black. We see Dirk and Christine waking up. They're sitting at a table, hands duct tape, mouth duct tape, strapped down to chairs.
Well, and
they're sitting at a table with tarps all around them. The old man sitting there with a laughing woman and that guy in that
We're in Dexter room.
We're-
right?
we're-
So
yeah.
like, plastic cover, and their hands are duct taped to the table.
yeah.
You know, and yeah.
Hands are duct taped to him, and now all of a sudden we're like thrown into a throwback to Texas
Yeah,
Chainsaw
it's
Massacre.
like Dexter
Yeah.
meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Very Texas Chainsaw
There's
Massacre.
a rotting severed head in the middle of the table.
That was bothering me too. Is that what that was?
Yeah.
And they're just
Because he
eating
cuts
off
it.
of that.
Yeah, he
cuts
cuts the
the
ear
ear
off.
off.
But I thought it would have been someone else's head from like.
Yeah, I thought it'd be like somebody else's head too, but no, it's like an old head. Which is
Yeah.
like, that can't be healthy. Like that's
No.
rotten meat. Like,
Because
You're gonna
he
get
fucking
if
dysentery.
you're
cuts
gonna
the
be
ear
cannibals
off.
and be a cannibal, at
He
least eat
cuts the
fresh
ear
meat.
off. He dips it in some shit. It's like, oh, I think it tastes good. I'm
Yeah.
Like, oh my.
Yeah,
it's-
that's how you get salmonella and E. coli and all that stuff.
So now we're
Gross.
thrown into a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
in a zombie, like, infected movie.
And this is where we see the person, the creepy clown mask is there.
Yeah.
Where some like
Some woman who's
woman's like in her
laughing.
20s, maybe 20s, 30s. I don't
Yeah,
know.
knows?
she's a younger woman.
Younger woman, but yeah,
She's
I'm guessing
laughing.
it's like his daughter. Like
You know, we're making a big deal about this, but this is like 3 minutes.
Yeah, and it's just, what the fuck? We get taken into this
Homage.
completely different
Yeah.
world. the old man says, "I want some finger food." Reaches out, grab Dirk's
Fresh
hand.
finger
He's
food.
trying. Dirk's making a fist because he doesn't want his finger to get cut off.
Oh yeah, of course.
The old man's about to cut off his finger when in bursts Cornelius,
Cornelius.
like the savior he is.
Dude will not die.
The old man.
Dude will not die. I'm sorry, I'm banging.
The
on
old
the
man's
table.
like,
God
"Who
damn
the fuck is this?" Cornelius attacks the old man.
So real quick, I mean, it's weird. Like, this whole zombie apocalypse fell onto this motel that was like
Run
and,
by
oh,
a cannibalistic family.
and on the table there is a chainsaw.
There's a
Yeah.
chainsaw
There's a
sitting on the
chainsaw
table.
on the table, and they also show the gun. They also show the
Yeah, the gun's
revolver
sitting on
sitting there.
yeah.
I can't hope that chainsaw would come back and be used later, but
Somehow.
it's just there.
Yeah,
It never,
so-
Just an homage, I
Yeah.
guess. I mean,
Cornelius
good for him.
rips the throat out of the old man, just rips
Roadhouse
his throat-
style.
Yeah,
fucking Patrick Swayze, this guy.
R.I.P.
a la Dalton.
Dalton, there you go,
Yeah,
Dalton.
it's a Dalton sweet throat rip move. Pulls out his throat. The girl flees. The guy in the outfit, like the weird mask, is still trying to fight. It spills over where he's wrestling with Cornelius. The table flips over. Christina gets free. I guess the guy in the mask gets killed somehow, but I don't
You
really
never really
see it.
see it. Yeah,
you don't really see it. I think he gets dispatched by Cornelius.
I'm sure he does somehow, but you don't see it. And the girl just runs off. She's never
she goes
seen it
runs
yet.
off because
Right.
Christine frees herself.
Mm-hmm.
She gets up. She has the gun, and Dirk is yelling, "Shoot him in the brain!" To which she takes dead aim, shoots Cornelius right in the head.
Right in the
No,
forehead.
the other brain.
His head flies back, but he's still up and going, "Argh," and he goes, "No, the other brain!" And of course, she knows exactly what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
Aims at his dick, pulls the trigger, shoots him right in the balls. Cornelius falls over dead.
No, he doesn't fall over dead. He stands there for a while, and he's in pain, and he's like, oh, and he's kind of twitching. And the camera pans down his pant leg, and you see something moving down his pant leg, and out rolls one of his bloody testicle. It falls out of his pant leg, and then he
it's all-
falls over dead.
And it's like almost like satanic or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's a-
like weird color.
and it's like there's like a vein sticking off of it.
Yeah,
it's bad.
You guys
Oh,
ever done the
God.
brains to somebody?
Yeah.
He's let the balls hang out.
Do what now?
You remember the movie The Waiting? The brain,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
goat,
yeah, yeah,
the bat
yeah,
wing,
yeah.
all that bat.
I was like, have I seen human brains? I was like, actually, yes, I have. I held a human brain. It was awesome.
hey. All right.
Anyway,
Not what I was saying, but whatever.
yeah. That's right. We're laughing so loud. I just heard you saying brain. I'm like, what? Okay. Oh, jeez.
Now
All
I'm
right.
a little worried about Aaron. I don't think I want to go over to his house anymore. I don't want to know what's in his fridge.
I didn't keep them, guys.
Great, huh? Ooh, yeah, I'll cook that up.
Where am I?
Dirk and Christine, they free themselves from. So they basically get out of the cannibals'
Yeah,
den.
they make their escape. They run to the SUV. Jason and so they make their escape to the SUV, and Jason and the wife from the hotel or from the double wide,
Double wide.
Cornelius's wife,
She's
show
still
up,
alive.
and
God
they're
damn.
attacking him from the SUV. They pull him out. She's fighting with the wife, and Dirk is fighting with Jason. Jason's still naked.
buck naked. Again,
gotta-
kudos to this guy who had the ball. I mean, just
Yeah.
the actor who did this.
Bravo.
Have the courage to be buck naked fighting
Love
with
it.
some
Only
guy.
film. Like I tried to look him up. He's the only film.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, same here.
I can't. Maybe you guys can help me out because Jason gets on top of Dirk and is strangling Dirk.
Yeah.
Death grip strangle. Looks like it's curtains for Dirk. And out of
No,
nowhere.
okay, before we get that, first of all, yes, I know where you're going. First of all, the noises Jason's making, I guess, are awful, though. He's just like,
Yeah.
"Eh,
Yeah.
eh,
Yeah.
eh."
They're horrible.
It's
Yeah.
the worst.
No doubt.
It's the worst moment of the whole movie.
Yeah.
This guy,
Right.
everything else has been fine, but this guy's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
The
bad.
actor is not doing a good
No.
job of being scary.
That's the one part I had to not.
You're totally
Which is
right.
maybe why that's his only film.
maybe.
You're totally because he's just like. You
Yeah.
know?
But
Yeah,
what you're talking about, yes, Jason's on top of him, and then there's like this weird, like,
Suddenly, yeah.
like divine intervention.
A
Like
pipe-
a pipe falls from the heavens
From
as like
nowhere.
as angelic music hits.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh!"
Yeah. Where did
That's
this
it.
fucking pipe come from?
It's that's it. It's
Yeah.
divine intervention. It just falls from the heavens.
Falls next to Dirk and
Seriously?
Jason.
Yes.
Both of them stop, look at the pipe, look at each other, and Jason goes back to strangling Dirk.
So there's nothing throughout the whole movie, right? Right?
Yeah.
I was trying to think back too. I was like,
Nope.
if something
I couldn't-
happens where
I
a
love
pipe
it so
would've-
much.
That's why I couldn't.
What
Like,
the
I
hell?
was hoping you guys could help me. Sure enough, I guess we're on the same page. It just came out of
It falls out of the heavens
Literally
like a gift from God.
nowhere.
If somebody watches this movie
Which
and can figure out where this pipe came
No,
from,
I
let us know,
I
please.
will bet you money. Like this is what there's like. It just falls from the heaven. They're like, fuck it. Who cares where it comes from?
Yeah.
it's like a gag
Yeah.
or something movie, and I loved it. I was like, that's just hilarious. Like, what the
It
fuck?
but it would have been way funnier if like something had happened with
Earlier.
like, say,
Or
with
if
the
Ron
hillbillies,
Jeremy as
like with the
Jesus shows up
hillbillies.
and drops it.
Like if it was like the thing that held the
Or
mailbox when they hit the
or
but whatever.
Ron Jeremy shows up dressed as Jesus
Oh,
with the pipe.
that would have been awesome.
Kill Jason says, now that's how you lay pipe.
Oh,
That would have been awesome. But
that
it
would
didn't
have
happen.
been awesome.
So let's.
But that did not happen. Dirk does
Damn.
reach over, scrambles, grabs the pipe, beats Jason off. Have to say it, but
Yeah.
but pun intended.
Does Jason say something for him to like start like going? Because he goes ape shit.
No.
Dirk goes ape
No,
shit.
no. You're right. Hold on.
There's
Because he gets.
sounds like something saying voices, but I don't know what. I can never make out what
I
it
can't
is.
understand what he's saying because the same thing happens. Where am I? Grabs a gun.
But see, I didn't think it was Jason though. Well,
So
No, Jason says something. He mumbles something, and then all of a sudden Dirk starts going fucking crazy.
no, because
and
then
beating his
I
ass.
hear something like it's like whispers, like he's like in Jason's head, or not Jason's head, Dirk's head,
Maybe I'm wrong.
and I like, are they saying something?
gotta
Like what's going
stop
on? But
taking
he just goes crazy.
yeah, well, so Dirk brains Jason. Christine, she, is fighting with the wife.
The woman, yeah.
She reaches up into her vag
Uh-huh.
and pulls out, I guess,
It's
a
her fucking
pair
ovaries.
of
Fucking
ovaries
ovaries,
or
yeah.
testicles.
It's her
or
ovaries
something.
and the fallopian tubes.
She
Me and
pulls them
Sarah
out.
looked at each other like, "What the fuck?
Why not?
Was that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
She
her
rips
vagina
out-
was already gone.
Yeah,
because
the
Yeah.
vagina's
that
gone,
was
the
eaten a
uterus has
long
got to
time
be
ago.
gone. I mean,
Yeah.
everything's gone. So next thing up, pull out the
Ovaries.
ovaries and the
But
fallopian
they're the
tubes.
size of fucking softballs.
It was weak as fuck.
They look like the fucking like fuzzy dice you hang.
Yes,
that's
Arm
exactly what Sarah said. Oh, Marshall, thank you, son of a bitch.
The wife goes
There were
down.
like fuzzy dice that go around the fucking. Oh, I can't believe you said that. That's awesome.
The wife goes down.
Love you, babe.
Dirk is standing over Jason, who is whispering something. He's whispering
See,
something.
I didn't know if it because you don't see. I didn't at this point because you see Dirk standing up looking
Yeah.
down at Jason, but you don't see Jason. So I'm not. Is Jason seeing something, or is it again? Is this voices he's just hearing? Is this
But
divine?
I
Who
couldn't make
knows?
it out. He was like whispering
Yeah,
something.
it's
I
like,
could kind of see Jason's lips kind of moving. I couldn't tell what he's saying, but whatever it is, it drives Dirk crazy because he starts beating the fucking shit.
Yeah, we've already
Yeah.
covered this. Yeah,
Just
we covered
going to
shit.
town on him. But this is when it happens. He starts
This is
beating
when
the
it happened,
fucking
alright.
piss out of him.
I jumped the gun. I'm sorry.
He bashes Jason to pieces and stabs the pipe into his dick, killing Jason
Which,
finally.
I get
which
your-
is a kind of a cool shot because they pan back and they show Jason's naked body with this big pipe sticking out of his
and
crotch.
you see the dick, like
Yeah.
you see his dick right there with the
Yeah.
pipe, and then like it's all mutilated. Again, man, there are some graphic images in this movie.
God.
Holy shit.
But I kind of wonder why Dirk wastes so much energy just beating him when you
Like,
know,
yeah,
like,
that's
you
what I was
just go
wondering,
straight for
too.
the dick and
Yeah,
kill him.
yeah.
Like, why are you beating him in
That's
the
why I was
stomach?
trying to
I
was
don't
trying
get
to
it.
was he whispering something interesting or that drove
what I
him
thought,
nuts? I
too,
couldn't
yeah.
quite tell. I couldn't
That's what I
quite
thought,
tell.
too.
So we pan over to Christine, who says, "I want to go home."
Yeah.
Dirk looks at her.
Yeah,
they
I'll
get in the
drive.
SUV and drive off.
He's like,
The
"Oh,
next
God."
scene we see it's daytime. Dirk is standing in a field overlooking like a wheat field or something.
What's your first thought?
He's a zombie.
Mhm.
That was my first thought. My
Me
first
too.
thought was he's a zombie. But we show that Christine she gets out of the car, walks up to him. He's fine. She's holding his hand, and they turn to each other. They kiss. Dirk pulls back and goes, "Whoa!" Christine's like, "What?" And she runs over to the car.
Dirk, after he kisses her, he's like, what? You see him, like, he touches his lips. Like, he's like, uh-oh. And, yeah, she runs to look in the rearview mirror.
She runs to the
Side
rearview mirror.
Side mirror.
Side mirror, looks into it. And she looks at the camera, and her eyes are starting to go black.
And she looks like she has like
She
herpes.
has like she's got like open sores on her face.
Her eyes are like red, and they're like,
Yeah,
what'd you do to me? What'd you do to me?
And he's like, I didn't do anything, and she's
he's like, I guess I'm immune or something. He's
Yeah,
like,
he's
I guess
like,
I'm
I didn't
immune.
know. I guess I'm immune.
Yeah. She's freaking out. Oh my God! She runs in
She's
the
like,
street.
get away from me! Get away from me!
She
Get away
she
from
goes,
me!
get away from me! Get away from me! She runs in the street where she is.
First of all, she don't even see the street. There's no street. She just runs off.
She is then smashed by a truck.
Not
Same
smashed,
white truck.
fucking
Plowed
plowed.
over by the same
fuck.
white truck. We are now rejoined with our two hillbilly friends,
Woody and Eugene.
Woody
What
and
up?
Eugene. They are back.
And you see her like slowly peel off
Yeah.
the grill of the truck and fall to the ground.
And Dirk gets fucking blasted with another
Oh,
bucket
oh,
of
it's
blood.
like somebody shot blood out like a
Yeah.
t-shirt can. And
Yeah.
all. It's like,
It's like he's on a water slide of blood and just
Yes.
splashed all over
Yeah.
his
He's like,
face.
fuck.
yeah, like, her body would have had to like explode for that to happen.
But outrun Woody and Eugene, and they are fucking game. They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
guns drawn. They have a knife. They're all ready to
Well,
go.
one's got a gun, the
one's
other's got
like
a sword.
machete,
A
then he's
sword or
got, like,
machete
They're
or
saying,
something.
are you one of them? Are you
Yeah.
one of them? And he's like,
like,
whoa,
"No."
whoa, no, I'm fine. And they go, okay. And as soon as they turn around, Christine's up and she's full zombie mode or infected mode, running at him, screaming. The two, Woody and Eugene, don't even take aim at her head and shoot her right in the crotch.
Right in the vag,
Two
yeah.
shots to the vag. She crumbles down dead.
And she's like, was she one of them? Like, I hope so, I guess.
Too late now.
Yeah.
That's too bad. She was pretty. Like,
So
yep, she
we,
was pretty.
We
Yeah, she
find
was
out
pretty.
that the infected is spreading all over the place. It
Especially from the
seems
south. Like,
it
it's-
seems like word is getting out that you shoot him in the genitals because that's the way to take him down. Because they didn't hesitate; they shot her right in the genitals.
And that's weird because
Yeah, and then that's when Dirk's like, okay.
Okay, okay,
Sure.
let's cover this properly. Yeah, Dirk's like Eugene and Woody are like, hey, where you going? He's like, oh, I'm heading south. They're like, you don't want. We just came from south. You don't go south. It's chaos down there. He's
does
like,
that mean that STDs are rampant in the South? Or...
They're definitely rampant in St. Louis.
I don't know.
yeah.
Inbreeding? Who knows?
I'm
Maybe-
just curious. I mean, because if it started with
we don't know where. It's
Cornelius.
started. Yeah, but we don't know how far they drove, where they are. I'm just saying it spread. And Dirk's like, well, my family is down there, and he's like, you can't go down there. He's like, I'm going. And the best line of the movie, Dirk's walking away, and Woody's like, what are you doing?
it.
And Dirk turns, looks at him, and says, Earth just Googled hero, and I came up number 1. Best line in the movie. And
then what happens?
And he turns, walks away, and wham!
Immediately gets slammed by
He
a
gets
fucking
fire
ambulance.
truck or ambulance or something,
Yeah.
runs him over, blackout.
Roll credits.
Stole my thunder, Marshall.
I've been waiting for that moment. That's the best line of the whole movie.
It's good.
I guess it was your show.
Earth
You can
Googled
take it.
hero. And I came up number
Googled
1.
hero, Yeah.
Blackout roll credits. Oh my god.
What a movie.
That is Night of Something Strange. Holy shit, guys!
And honestly, I don't think we actually did it.
No, we
No.
did not. We did not. We'll talk more about that.
We are
at
all over
final.
the place, and there is no way we.
Dude,
did
we
this
just kept
movie justice.
laughing
Yeah.
and screaming and howling. Dude, if we listen to this again, it's just gonna be us screaming the
Yeah.
whole time.
Pretty much, and talking over each other.
Yeah,
we're-
because
yeah.
we were like, I want to say this. I want to say,
Yeah.
dude, we just
God
we were out of
damn.
control on this one.
God damn.
All right, let's move on to favorite kills.
Let's all take a break. Kind of.
Don't act like you didn't love it. Favorite kill.
All right, favorite kills. So this is gonna be tough. There's so much crazy shit that goes on in this movie. Trying to pinpoint one favorite kill is gonna be
And
so
even
hard.
when people you think died, they didn't die, and they dispatched them in a great way, and then they still come back. Are those kills? I'm just
Well,
gonna
yeah,
say
it
my
comes-
favorite
it-
death of moment.
It comes back to the ultimate question, like the zombie killed and the zombie resurrection. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is actually the kill?
Well, we'll find out. Well,
I would say.
I know I got my favorite. I don't even.
Oh,
need
go ahead
to-
then, Chris. Go ahead.
Oh, Freddy.
yeah.
I think so. if it wasn't Freddy, it was Brooklyn. But I'm going with Freddy because Freddy got his He picked on the fat kid the entire time. He got his dick stuck in the dude's ass somehow.
It's pretty sweet.
Serious. And then he ended up getting fucking crumbled in half and torn away. I got a few runners up, but I'm going straight with Freddy because he deserved it.
All right. I will say the one thing we never did see how Jason separated himself from Freddy once they were dead.
I'm guessing he was dick ripped off. And
I,
like
that's
you
my
said,
yeah. Maybe
like you
Jason,
said, like you
Jason
said,
still got Freddy's dick in his ass.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, what did you got?
let's see. There's so much mayhem
Mm-hmm.
and deaths and fucking craziness. My favorite has to be, I guess, the official second Carrie kill when his face is pulled in to the
Talking badge of death routine.
the Vaglex or whatever we called it.
Vaglac pit.
Vaglac. But it's pulled into the Vaglac pit. He's fighting off it. He bites it through. He bites the tentacle tongue off.
Which is
It says "fuck me." He grabs a gun, jams it in there. You've been fucked. Pulls it. That's the fucking best.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I've seen on film in a long time. It was great.
That's pretty good.
Favorite kill.
We did forget to mention when Dirk gets knocked out by the innkeeper. That's when we did. That was like the best of the face and crotch falls because he falls face first into
yeah.
the
That's
bloody,
right.
Yes.
blown open vagina of Carrie. Now
He falls where his dick falls. They go
his
69.
dick,
Yeah,
they 69
They go
to-
69. He falls to his knees. His crotch falls on her face,
And her
and he
bloody-
falls forward into her bloody shot out vagina.
Yeah.
And there is a ton of those
Pratfalls, yeah.
in
Yeah,
this movie.
but I'm saying that's
which
by
are,
far
like,
the best. The,
like again, we can't
biggest
do this movie justice because there's so many.
and, all right, for me, I'm so torn because I really that scene you described is one of my top one. Loved it, but the when Cornelius kills his wife, mother, whoever it is, but just the first rips out the. I was like, what?
Yeah, and shoves it into his
And
mouth.
then he's like, that sets
eats
the
it, yeah.
tone. Like holy fuck. But
Or
then
like
like you
when
said,
Brooklyn-
but then
when-
Brooklyn's head
Yeah.
is shoved up in melted vagina. Like I don't know if I can pick just one here. It's like a Pringles can. You can't just eat just one or something. Like,
You can't be that guy, Marshall.
fuck. Okay. Fuck
You're-
you. It's
you're
my
the one-
show.
you're
I can
the-
do whatever I
No,
want.
no.
No. You're right. All right. God damn it.
Got your back, Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah does this shit all the time.
Yes, and you give her shit for it all the time. So I got your back.
I always let her do it.
Yes, but you give her shit
All
for
right.
it.
All right. I love the Vaglac pit, but
No, the Vaglac bit.
Brooklyn is so good too. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go Cornelius, the first kill, ripping out the veg, because
Yeah.
that's the one that just set. First I saw it set the tone
Yeah.
for the movie. I'm like, what the fuck
And it
am
was
I
like,
in for?
yeah, absolutely.
And it came out of nowhere. You're not expecting it at this point. I mean, by the time we get to Brooklyn, you're kind of, okay, you know what you're getting. At that point, you're like,
And it's fucking
what
brutal,
the shit?
too.
Yeah,
It's fucking
so
brutal.
I'll go with the first kill of Cornelius killing the woman, wife, mom, whoever it is.
I like we all have three different favorites.
It was close though, man.
Yeah.
Yours
So
was
much-
one of my.
There was so much going on in this movie that you can't even keep
No.
track
Yeah.
of what's going on.
No, you really can't. So with that said, let's move into the odds and the ends.
Not only did they watch these films, they researched them too. Ugh, what is wrong with these guys?
All right. Ratings. IMDb. Now, this was a surprise. Like, this movie was kind of all over the place in some of these things. Like, IMDb gives it 4.7 out of 10. Pretty low.
That's
Barely half.
Yeah,
barely
not even
average.
half.
Rotten Tomatoes, no thermometer score, which doesn't surprise me at all.
No.
But only a 17% audience score.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, Amazon, almost a perfect 5.
Wow.
4.7 out of 5 on Amazon. So, like,
Yeah, I
what?
was gonna say, like, goddamn, Amazon gave it like a huge. score.
It's like Schindler's List or something on Amazon. I mean, it's like Titanic
How
level.
does that work though? It's just people that watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's people like,
yeah.
oh, I like it. Give it 5 stars. You
Yeah.
know, it's
So actually, it's actually like people that watch it and they rate it on
yeah,
Amazon.
Yeah.
And same thing with IMDb. You watch and rate, but
Yeah.
it just shows like I think different types of people are rating on different sites.
I wasn't
Right.
sure-
That's what I'm
Because
thinking
Rotten
too.
Tomatoes is more critics and more like, oh, films. I'd say the film snobs or whatever. So I get why maybe 17% they're not gonna like it. And Amazon might be your more people like us. Just every people is like, what the fuck, or, you know, whatever, cool.
That was awesome. Yeah.
And then IMDb could be a mixture of both of everybody. So I don't know. Moving on, plot keywords. There's 35 plot keywords for this movie.
Lay it on me, brother.
I didn't write them all down but 6 of them are 6 different variations of rape. So there's 6 different versions of rape in the plot keywords.
Give it to me.
I didn't write them all down.
Okay.
There's like
there's
like
rape.
It's just rape, anal rape.
Can we not talk
female
about
rape?
the
It's just
rape?
rape.
God damn.
And then again, if you read the plot keywords without even knowing anything about this movie, most of them make it sound like this is a porno, not a horror movie, because it's just all like nudity, sex, and
our panties there.
no panties were not. I was so disappointed. Yeah, I mean panties are getting ripped off. I mean you got Pam in her underwear running. No
Yellow
panties.
We got purple panties.
Those
We
yellow
got
ones were
panties.
yellow because they were dirty. Those are old faded, but
old dirty panties.
old dirty granny
I'm
panties.
not sure if they were actually that, but
They looked it. They weren't like a real nice yellow, but
I think
anyway.
you're just whatever.
Marshall's
Fuck it.
got a problem with dirty panties.
All right, moving on to trivia. We already covered the names of the characters, so we're fucking all that. The original title of this movie was Night of the STDs.
I saw that. It was too. It totally was.
That's awesome.
The script was actually written back in 2009, but due to post-production fixes and budget constraints, the film took almost 4 years to complete. And then movies like The Blob, Night of the Creeps, and Evil Dead 2 were heavy influences on the writers of
Which
this
can
movie.
you see that? Can you understand?
Yeah,
it now?
I could totally
Oh,
see it.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And
Did you guys do Night of the Creeps?
no, but I kind of I've thought about it. It's on my list. But,
Is it not?
But so many people, it's considered a
too
classic.
good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people consider it a classic, but at some time I say fuck it.
It's borderline.
I'd say borderline because we did Phantasm and people love
Right.
that movie and I thought it sucked. But
I
anyway,
kind of want to watch Night of the Creeps. Just the
you should watch on your own. Yeah.
I've seen it before. It's right.
We might do it on this show eventually because it's on my list. I've watched it. It's there. There's enough stuff to talk about, but like I said, some people love it too
I was
much.
kind of doing research too because I wasn't sure if you're going to be here or not, and I needed to have Aaron's back.
Yeah.
So.
So
Appreciate it.
production went through 3 different makeup effects artists. The first one dropped out 6 weeks before production.
Whoa. What's it again?
Yeah.
The first makeup effects artist dropped out 6 weeks before production started.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The second one was fired after 3 weeks
3
of
weeks,
filming,
yeah.
and then the third one stayed on until completion. Digitally masked, and then they had to do digital masking to be added to fix the makeup and post production,
Which honestly, I
again
thought-
prolonged the release more than a year.
But I thought they did a great job with. The
I will agree.
effects. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, for a low budget movie and for
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it was,
yeah.
I agree. The budgets were, or not budget, the makeup was
Pretty decent.
pretty decent.
Yeah.
But speaking of budget, let's move on to this week's budget game.
It's now time to play everyone's favorite game, Guess the Budget.
All right.
I did not look this up.
Good.
So-
I have a feeling Chris may have, so we'll probably
I didn't
just-
get that far.
Okay, you
I
didn't
know
get
we
that far.
stopped short.
All right, so guys, all right, we have a head-to-head this week with the budget game. All right, Chris, Aaron, what is your guess for the budget of the 2016
This
Night
feels so weird.
of Something Strange?
This feels so weird. Not used to this. Marshall.
No.
Head
Back
to head.
All right. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go first
Aaron's
because I
going
want
first.
to.
Oh, go ahead.
No big names.
0.
None. No big names. Brinky, I'm sorry, you don't count.
Plus, she was such a small cameo.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. The effects, they fired 3 people. I imagine the person who was one dropped out, one sucked, probably didn't get paid very much because a lot of effects go into it. They did have a couple locations. I'm going to say $100,000.
$100K. All right, Chris, what is your guess?
No cast. Brinky Stevens probably did it for like 20 grand.
You think she got 20 grand for this? I think maybe she got 5,000. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
And
you're
a
right.
flight
All right,
out.
All right, fine. All right.
Oh, don't let me. I'm
5
sorry.
grand, no. I agree with what you're saying. Yeah.
You can say you need a bottle opener.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to impinge on his. Hey, everyone, I need a bottle opener.
I don't have one there.
Anyway, so Aaron's gonna have to go without for right now.
Do you have a cigarette lighter?
What'd you say?
He said 100,000.
I said 100,000.
I'm gonna say 90.
90.
Oh, you're gonna fucking price this right,
Go
me.
right below you.
Wow. Well, we have a winner. both of you busted your nut this week and way overshot. The budget for Night of Something Strange, $40,000.
There's
Wow.
no fucking way.
That's pretty awesome.
$40,000.
$40,000.
Even with the special effects?
That's probably where almost all of it went to. Is probably the special effects and what CGI they had, and then equipment. I mean, yeah, $40,000.
Pretty
Trying to
impressive.
think back.
Pretty
That
damn
is
impressive.
Way impressive.
Yeah. So moving on to 5-star reviews.
Is this your guilty pleasure? 5-star reviews.
All right, now on Amazon, 89% of the reviews were 5-star reviews. The
Wow.
only non-5-star was a 1 3-star. Now the first one actually is a 10-star review from IMDb, which I just wanted to write down. So this is a hell of a solid film. It's got a great cast, a great look, a quality script, and the creators took their time to make sure all the little details add up and pay off. And for everyone out there looking for something different than the typical safe studio film, this is your dream. It's got a cool story. The director has an incredible and distinct voice. And it takes risks you'll never see in the average theater or coming out of the Hollywood system.
What did I say about the director?
Has an incredible and distinct voice.
Was he in the movie?
No,
No.
they're talking about his vision.
Not like his actual
Oh,
voice.
okay,
Like
I'm
his,
sorry.
yeah.
I apologize.
Where was I? For those of you worried about a plot that involves zombies who want to sexually conquer their foes, despite the fact that this genre is typically really sexist and violent against women, because apparently there's a whole genre of zombie raping movies apparently I've never known about, but these zombies are equal opportunity offenders. They're not the usual assault the girl, kill the guy variety. The creators don't fall into that trap. These creatures want to spread the virus, and the creators are ethical filmmakers.
Can we?
Also, there are some of the craziest moments I've ever seen in this movie. 10 stars.
He does try to rape Dirk.
Yeah,
He's attempted to rape Dirk.
but really, is
Yeah, but can we stop with the fucking? I don't know.
but ethical? How is any rape
There is no
ethical?
ethical
He's
rape.
he's
There
an
is no
equal-
such thing as ethical
He's an
rape.
equal opportunist.
They're equal opportunity raping zombies, but ethical?
Ethical? Absolutely not.
No.
no ethics whatsoever.
There's no ethics there. All right, now moving on. 5 stars from Amazon, just a customer. When it comes to gruesome, sickening horror comedy, this movie leaves no stone unturned. My idea of disgusting kept getting one-upped. You've probably had a wet dream. Well, Night of Something Strange will give you wet nightmares. 5 stars.
I like that.
And from Corey Carter, if you love high-quality horror with maximum gore factor, you will love this movie. The director left no stone unturned again in this gore-tastic film. It was one of the most terrifying and disgusting zombie storylines I've ever seen, and I loved it. I appreciated the fact that the effects were believable, unlike so many other horror movies I've seen lately. The actors nailed it, and I will probably have nightmares for a month. Scary Carrie, scary Carrie. Ah! The character was scary, or her character was scary, but the most intimidating and horrific character was Cornelius. I loved them all, really. The writer and director definitely went above and beyond and absolutely shocked the audience. I'm still in shock. 5 stars.
Wow. That guy loves Scary Carrie.
Scary Carrie. Which, okay, I didn't think she was that scary, but
Well,
all right.
She was pretty terrifying when her vagina started
When the
saying,
vagina
"Fuck
started,
me."
but yeah, but
That was the
Badge
serious
like
part.
pit, yeah, badge like pit. is pretty
Badge like pit.
Holy shit! The teeth. Fuck.
There's actually a whole movie out there called Teeth,
Teeth,
about
yeah.
a
Yeah.
girl with,
Yeah.
That was okay.
yeah, but I'm just saying that
Yeah.
premise.
But
Anyway,
damn.
final thoughts here, man. We get Chris. You've been very opinionated about the. What's your final thoughts? on this?
I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't. The rape really bothers me. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
don't want to get like. But damn, the rape really bothers me. But everything else is fun.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to say fun, but
It's fun. It's horror movie fun.
yeah. But damn. Some of that shit is fucking.
Dark.
Yeah. So how do I say so bad it's good and feel good about myself? You know what I mean?
You drink some more beer and you smoke a blunt, and there
Yeah.
you go. That's how you feel good about yourself.
Yes. The movie itself was fun. The rape is not fun.
Do we need to come back to you?
There's a lot of rape.
This is the rapiest movie I've ever
Yes.
seen.
Yeah.
And I can tell.
And I saw the entire run of Oz on HBO, by the way. This is rapier than Oz.
Oh, shit.
I'm conflicted. What do you guys think? I mean, honestly.
Well, we're
All right, Aaron, we'll come back.
since Chris is literally on the fence.
Literally, I am. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to bust through that fence and say so bad it's good.
Okay.
I think it's absolutely wonderful. It's indie horror at its finest. It had great special effects on a low budget. You had an original, like they took a zombie genre, which is kind of lacking. It's kind of like, it's been weak. It's been watered down. We've seen so many different zombie movies, shows, what have you. Damn. And now you're taking a fun spin on it, and you're throwing in the sexuality. The brains are no longer in the head. The brains are in the genitals.
Yeah.
You know, you have to shoot him in the crotch to kill him.
It really bothered me.
So it's kind of fun. I like the spin. Acid jizz, vaglac pit. I mean, it's just so ridiculous and fun. So bad it's good. Absolutely wonderful.
All right. When the first time I watched it, I was kind of like, first I was on the fence, like, where do I go with this one? But
Thank you.
But then I watched it a second time, and I landed squarely on one side of the fence. And that side of the fence is a so bad it's good fence side. Because, again, if you can handle it, it's definitely not for everybody. Because it's
definitely
dark,
not.
graphic. No. But if you can handle it, it is so insanely over the top. It's so much fun. It's bonkers. It's fun to watch. It's crazy. It is entertaining. It's like nothing I've ever seen. When I got done, when those credits rolled the first time, I was like, I seriously sat there for like a few minutes thinking, what the fuck did I just watch? What the hell? And like, but it was like, and it's, I don't know. It's a crazy fun ride that if you can handle it, I highly suggest you watching it. So bad it's good for me.
All right. Well, coming back around, and I apologize for being
It's okay.
on the fence
Hey,
because
this is one of those movies where you gotta to take a breath on.
yeah, because I watched it the first time and I was like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" And I started watching it the second time and I was like, "God damn, God damn!" I thought immediately, so bad it's good, but I did feel kind of taken aback by certain things, but like you said,
but isn't that the sign of a good movie when it makes you feel something?
Yeah,
When you
I
have
would
to
agree.
think a little bit.
I would agree.
Even if it is rapey, it's making you think.
Yeah. Well, me and Aaron here have been on like constant on like 80s kind of movies, and it's kind of like been kind of weird, kind of questionable, if you will. This one, yeah, I would say so bad it's good.
So bad it's good. All right, we're gonna clean sweep this one.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. So bad it's good. Even after a little, took Chris a little while to get there, but we got there. All right, guys, that is it. We're gonna wrap up. Aaron,
Holy crap, that was such a fun
we all need to take a nap and a shower and a
spa day.
After this one. But Aaron, tell everybody where they can find us.
You can of course find us on our website, which is horriblehorrorpodcast.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @SoBadIt'sScary. You can find us on Instagram. That's where you can reach out to us. You can contact us, email us, instant message us, all that good stuff. Direct message us. If you want to listen to us, of course, you're listening to us now. So you can find us there. And where is there? There is iTunes. You can find us on Podbean. And, of course, you can find us at horriblehorrorpodcast.com, where you can download our episodes and listen to them. So please check us out. And if you really like us, if you really think we're that good, if you want to help us out, check out our Patreon page. Our Patreon page is patreon.com. It's Horrible Horror. Put in the search. Give us a little bit of money because we do need some help on some of our equipment, getting back into it. So thank you so much for listening.
Dollars and cents.
Yeah. Dollars and cents, y'all. I don't know why I said that. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, Aaron, awesome job filling in for me. I appreciate it. I'm hoping I'll be back full time next episode.
I think you took some
miss
good
you,
reps
man.
today, man. I mean, towards you started like, especially at first you were a little quiet. You started perking up towards the end, and then you started taking off. I loved it.
Well, yeah, I'll be paying the price for it later. My head's killing me, but
Aaron, he can't sit there. He can't sit there and just like not be in on it.
Yeah, I know. Once you were down here, it's like you couldn't just sit back. You
I
started
can't.
diving
I know.
in.
It's like, especially with this movie, it's too crazy. Again, Chris, thanks always for being here and also
Hey, man.
filling in for us while I was gone. That That's it, Moongoons. We'll be back with another movie another time. In the meantime, guys, watch more horror movies and remember to keep it tight.
Always.